Okay. All right. No intro music, no nothing. Um, Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this how I feel it, and it's just gonna be that. Um, because again, I'm not blaming nobody for fighting for me. I am not upset because I'm being drugged for Miko or Cons or any. I'm not upset for those things. I'm not. The honest truth is that for 2 years, everybody's out here windmilling because it's their name on the line. Real talk, it's their name on the line. And I get that. So what we're doing now is we're just trying to find somebody to blame. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I guess since everybody wants it to be me, let it be me. Let it be me. Let it be me. And I mean that. Let it be me. Since everybody wanted to be, then it is what it is. But I promise you this right here, and I mean this. I cannot afford. I'm gonna say how I feel it. I'm gonna say right here, and I'm going to keep on making this regular content that seemingly don't get that many views. But I'm gonna do that because what I am gonna start doing is hold on. Somebody just came on. Give me 1 second. Let me get my hands dry. What I am going to start doing is I'm gonna have to start vetting people a lot better. Oh, I don't know who that is. Just came on. Give me. Hold on. I know who it is. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. See, I ain't gonna do like Daryl and have people come on and don't let them speak. Now that ain't what I'm finna do. Period. Hey,
Hey,
so that's what they call you, sister.
yes, and you know why they call her sister. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm only going to come on and speak about that one part, and that's the part that was private. And I came on yesterday and I spoke to my crowd about it, and I don't want you to stand alone with that part. However, I hope you sent the link to Conscious TV because there's a part that you have with CTV. And this is where it gets confusing to everybody because you remember that it was a lot going on at this time, and it can get quite confusing. um it can get very confusing because a lot of people don't know that CTV was your good friend in the background. Even while you were going through things with Larry, he was windmilling. You guys were talking about the ups and downs of social media together. So I don't want to speak for CTV, but you got to remember there was a part, and a lot of us, as your followers and friends, were alarmed with your relationship, so to speak. Okay. So that's a part that I think you need to talk to him with because that's the confusing part. And that's why CTV is windmilling, right? Because he is innocent. At the end of the night, I'm not saying, and I saw your eyes, right? We're going to be real today. You and CTV have had your personal relationship and your personal conversations.
Miko,
So,
I'm gonna say this.
mhm,
I will say that you and Conscious are y'all didn't have nothing to do with this.
mhm,
Now that is a fact. Y'all didn't have nothing to do with none of this. Y'all came fighting for us. Now,
mhm,
this other person that we just gonna let it be,
mhm.
they want to be innocent. Hey, here's what it is.
No, I understand that part, but what I'm saying is that, right?
Wait, because you had said something.
Okay.
He talking about some child. Okay, hey, I'm not gonna argue with nobody. Um,
That's
that's
why I'm
this.
on here. I don't want you to get irritated about this,
No, I'm
okay?
not even irritated anymore. I'm just, you know how you just, I'm gonna take London's word. Fuck it. It is what it is. I'm serious. Like, because again,
Demario, listen, nobody is blaming you. You're not at fault, bro. You're not at fault of this situation. That's why I'm here with you. You understand? Because see, even I have escalated it and escalated the situation with my return messages. Now, when we're talking about fault, we're talking about God's fault. This is why our hearts are heavy right now. Because even with us being angry with things that have happened, everybody played a part when they did get angry. Do
and
you
that's
understand?
what I'm talking about, Miko. Everybody did their, what it was big or small. Everybody said something, responded to something, felt some type of way. And that all I'm saying is from these responses, like, I didn't tell Daryl to do none of this stuff. I don't care if I cussed him out, felt some type of way. At the end of the day, I didn't tell Andrea to go to Daryl and do all the stuff that she was doing. I didn't tell Andrea to do none of those things. She did it on
Right,
her own. She came on her own.
right. So what I'm saying to you is I only came on here for one thing, and I'm gonna get off. Is that I believe that the same way me and you getting ready to talk, I want to ease your pain because this is the time me and you can clear the air about a lot of questions that people have in regards to what happened between me, you, and Andrea. And so what I was saying is that you and Conscious have a different perspective because Conscious had a different perspective. He was not, me and him weren't calling each other. We didn't have that relationship when this stuff was going on at this moment. So this is why it's confusing. And this is why our followers and friends and family members don't want to see people like CTV, Demario, Miko get into it because it's like, guys, we really like these personalities, period. So I think it's important for us to clear the air, not just for ourselves, but for our consumers. And it's confusing. And what I'm saying to you is nobody is saying you are responsible for Daryl's actions. This is the same psychological approach uh, Andrea had. She felt attacked, thinking that she was responsible for Daryl's actions. We all are grown and we know Daryl is responsible for what he's doing. The thing is, what led up to it? And it's coming to a boiling point because this infamous September the 8th date is around. Okay. So we're getting pressure, and I want to stand with you, bro, because I want to let you know, and I don't want you to get an attitude and get mad at people's perspectives, and nobody is blaming you for the actions of Daryl. I just want to make sure you're clear on that.
No, I'm clear. What I personally I'm saying is reiterating what you just said. No, that's not. I'm not responsible for him.
Right.
Um, at the end of the day, I'm not going to take on that responsibility from nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Now I understand that my anger towards somebody or my frustration towards somebody and these two other individuals jumping in, hey, it caused some ripples effects, but I chose, again, I chose to get out of it when things just started going too far. It's one thing
Absolutely.
about court records. It's one thing to talk about court records. It's another when you start attacking people's families. I was never for that.
Right.
Never have been for that. And even when it came down to, and I told Conscious this, when it came down to um, people attacking his deceased mother, I was never for that. I was never for anybody posting that boy's picture. Anything. So again, this is why I said nobody's going to talk about what I told them not to do.
Okay. So, right. Can you hear me?
I'm not conscious. Hey, you know what?
No.
I'm
Stay
giving up.
focused. Stay focused, Mario.
If
Listen
that's
to
how
me.
you feel, that's how you
Stay
feel.
focused. Stay focused.
But
Listen to me. Stay
I'm
focused.
just
What we're doing is, well, listen to me. You're reading a comment, but you don't hear him.
no. I hear him because I talk to him.
I know, but listen to what I'm saying right now. So, what I'm saying is, I want you to stay focused on me and you right now. And conscious has a right to have a perspective. It's not to be argumentative. He is just stating his facts. I'm not siding with anybody. What I'm doing is trying to get you to understand that nobody is blaming you. And I'm not going to let you to get on your platform and have a shit show, as we may say, and totally blame yourself because someone is talking to you about your actions with them.
I
So let's.
blame myself. I'm
Mhm.
really being an asshole because, and I'm just being honest when I say that, because I know that all of this is not my fault.
No, it's not.
That I do know.
Okay, so
That,
let's talk about me and you right now. Let's stay focused because I hope after we talk and we laugh about this, because I'm going to bring laughter. I don't want to keep continuing in this anger because this thing happened and started to happen a year and a half ago. I'm over this. This is really sickening and it's ridiculous. But the part with me and you, okay, right? Are you with me?
mm-hmm.
Because okay, I just want to make sure you're with me. The part with me and you was the part when Andrea came into your life, and I was your friend. And at that time, there was private conversations between you and Andrea, and you and me. Correct?
Yes, there was a private conversation between both of us, me, her, and you.
Yeah.
You
So
said, you did not say that you hate light skinned
now
girls.
wait. Let's wait before you go there. Before you go there, Demaria, let's go through the phases, right?
Okay.
Okay, because I see the lag on one of the things. So let's just go through the phases because I don't want to confuse nobody. And this is the only thing. And guys, remember, when we're going through this, we're just reciting what happened. We're not mad. We're not upset. This is the perspective between Miko, Demario, and Andrea. CTV is not in this. And there's some confusing issues going on. So we're dealing with each one by one. And hopefully he will link CTV on and he'll talk to CTV. So this is my part with Demario Jives, and this is what everybody's been asking. So we're just going through the phase. When Andrea came in, there was an introduction that she was the situation with Victor Cousins, and she also introduced her bill to you and also stated other things that she had some knowledge of. We don't have to go into details, but is that true or not?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she came to me talking about a bill. That's what that was. That's what that was. Can we please? Okay, let me say this like this. This is not that I am worried about Andrea's feelings or anything of that nature. 'Cause it's not even that at all. It's just the fact that the reason everybody's like, because Conscious even said the same thing. Well, Mike, why didn't you go in on Andrea like you went in on all of us carrying on? Because by that time, I was over it. By the time I was over it, the whole come to me, we supposed to be buddy cool, Uncle Jives, all this other stuff. Then go over there to Daryl. I'm the scum of the fucking earth. I'm this. I sold my mom out. And I was just
Wait,
sitting there
wait, stay
like,
focused. Stay focused, Mario. I'm just
no, no,
talking about
no, I'm just talking about this. That's why I'm just like,
this is how I get
no point in
confused.
even talking about her.
Right. But I just want you to stay focused because we're just not talking about the overall. People get confused because of our emotions. And these are the facts of how things happened between me, you, and Andrea. I want to clear to understand why the tension was there between me and Andrea. And the part that was played was an innocent part on yours. However, it seemed shady, right? But we discussed this a year and a half ago, correct? We already been through all of this, correct?
Yes.
So you was just having a conversation with Andrea and you were talking about times and things and what you're going to present or whatever the case may be. And I'm pretty sure you had some conversation about how Miko felt about certain things. Am I on point or you don't have to get into details?
Okay, so let me answer that
Mm-hmm.
so that it's not a yeah,
Right.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
Let me answer that. So when Andrea came to me, We was talking about the bill, and I was excited about it, right? I was excited about it. I told Miko. Miko was like, she on some bullshit.
That's right.
Again, I'm just
That's
excited. I'm like, oh, okay, wow.
right.
I was like, she's coming from there. I'm like, I don't know what happened, but let's just go ahead and do it because I didn't want to get into that, right?
And what
And
was Miko
so
saying? Miko said no. I was opposing all of this shit.
Miko was like, Mara, she on some bullshit. No, mm-mm.
And I said,
And I was
why is
like,
she coming from
no,
Larry's
no.
side? Yeah, I said
I
all
was
that.
I was like, no, come on now, Miko. Like, I'm like, she trying to do something. And I was like, all of this, Larry, he's helped her and did this, and why would she lie? And that's where I was with it. That's where I was with it. And so Miko was like, bitch. She didn't say that, but that, I know my sister. So
Right.
um all of that went on. So then
Wait,
because she
wait.
came,
Let's slow down. Let's go to the Facebook part. And I said,
okay.
yeah, I said to them, this is all in the background, y'all. And they going in.
So,
Damari, Daryl
so
and
I'm
Andrea.
excited. I'm excited about the bill, and so Miko has a moment, and she's like, "There you go with your light skinned friends, always taking up with your light skinned friends." And I was like, "Miko, like, come on now, like, don't do that." So I went back, and so
That's the
by
part.
this
Wait a minute.
time,
Slow
Miko
down,
had
slow
made a.
down, slow down, Demaria. That's the part that triggered Andrea.
Wait, I'm finna get to that.
Okay.
So, by this time, you know, I think let me see. I don't know if you had made the post at this time.
No, I did not. She had said she would
Okay,
send somebody to me, and I went to make the post.
okay.
Remember, I
Wait, wait,
blocked
wait,
them.
wait,
I
wait.
blocked them
So
first.
I told her, she was like, what's going on with your sister? Da, 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 da. I said, oh, my sister's very protective of me. She don't like no bull crap, yada yada yada, woo, 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 whatever. And so I said, yeah, I said, she over there talking about, there I go protecting my light skinned friends again.
Okay, so let me clear that up. Hold on, because somebody asked a question, light skinned friends. Now, me and Demario just came out of a situation with Adina Dilliard. She was light skinned. I don't
Is
have
her last
anything
name Dillion
against
for
that.
real?
I mean, Dina is something. I don't know what her last name is. Not Dina Dilliard, but just Dina. And she was light skinned. So I don't have an issue with light skinned women. So I want you guys to understand what the tension was before the Vixen and the Vlogger show. This is happening in the background. And mind you, I blocked Andrea and I blocked Daryl, and they had an issue with that and came to Demario in the background about it. Did they not, Demario?
Very true.
And they
They
said, why?
did. They
They
called
said,
me and they asked me why are they blocked?
they weren't even my friends. So I told Demario, I feel like something stupid is going on. Why are they concerned about whether or not I have them blocked? If they're not my friends, why are they searching me? So that was an issue in the background. Now, all of a sudden, Andrea makes a statement, and Demario brought it to me. And the statement was what, Demario?
Oh, she said she's gonna come to Chicago and slap the hell out you or something.
Exactly. So when she made that threat, y'all,
And
that's
I'm
when
just being clear right now because
right.
normally I'm just yeah, yeah, So I'm gonna give voice to it because everybody's like, oh, Mario said Mario said yeah, so he must have been agreed. No, I'm just gonna tell y'all what I said. That's what I'm gonna tell you what I said. Because again, like I said, I'm being an ass when I say this. I'm gonna take the blame, but this ain't my fault. This is I. You know what? Fuck it. Whatever.
No.
Anyway,
You're Demario. You're not wrong in this. It's natural. You have a right to talk to whoever you want to. At this time, you had two people that were content. One was trying to be a content creator, and one was the content. Andrea was the content. They were concerned with your sister, Miko. Why is she in our business? Basically, that's why Daryl is always referring to me as the sister. This is why they say I was responsible for taking you away from them. When all along, they were looking for me and they were looking me up, trying to figure out who I was. And I blocked them on Facebook. So when I blocked them, Andrea got very upset and she sent me a threat. And that is when I went on her page on YouTube and I made a post and I said to her, now we sending threats. I don't even know you. That's why I blocked you. And did I not, Demario? Did I not send you the screenshot of that?
And so,
And
with that being said, because I've learned, I know me. I
hmm
can't sit out here.
hmm if you keep moving, it goes in and out.
Okay.
Stay focused. Stay focused.
So the thing is this. I
No, wait,
forgot
wait.
what I was.
No. Just stay focused for a minute. I'm only trying to clear up that one part that was between me and you. I know you want to speak about a lot of things. I want you just to slow down in that part.
No,
Okay.
Miko, because again, like the one part that's about you.
I understand. That's why
And
I'm
then
on here.
there's
This is
another
what I'm,
part with conscience. And
and
there's
that's
all these parts, but here's the thing about it. No, Miko did not, she did not start none of this, right? She did not go after Daryl, windmilling none of this stuff. She's not at fault when no the only people that seemingly had an issue. Andrea came with her issue. I don't care how
well,
y'all put it. She came with issue.
I
She
understand.
left
So
because her and Larry fell out. Because everybody knew this. And she came to me talking about a bill. Okay. Then Daryl, because of what Larry said to him, came to me with that same mess. And I was just like, because again, at that time, I was like, I'm moving on. Like I always said, I'm moving on. But this time I meant it. Like, I'm like, me and Larry really ain't got no issue. We don't have any issues, period, point blank. So they start telling me all this stuff, and I'm like, word. So, like I told Conscious and like I told Larry, I'm the type of person, Nico noticed. I'm the type of person.
Demario, what I'm trying to
Or
do.
so I like I told Conscious this. I told Conscious, I said, um, I don't have an issue with this man. The reason why I fell out with him that time is because as a Leo, Miko know this like I know this. Like if you say something to us, if you say something to us, oh God, let me can I swipe this? Let me move this out the way. Um, if you say something to us and something looks funny, 9 times out of 10, we're not gonna come to you and say, what was that? Because we already know it's gonna turn into an argument, and which is gonna be some problem. So I was just like, I left it. And then when they came bringing some stuff, I was like, now you know what? So in essence, yeah, I should have went called Larry. I should have. But when I felt like something went right, I was like, you know what? And then that's when everybody came in with the foolishness. But either way it go, like I said, Miko is not at fault with this. She did not personally jump in this. She was not started this. Neither
So
was conscious.
right. So I just want to stay focused a little bit because that's why I want to calm you down in your feelings. Because when you get emotional about it, we tend to bring in everything that was said to us at one time. And then you got the comments going. So it's like you're trying to respond to the comments, you're trying to respond to what you heard people say that you're at fault at, you're responding to everything, which makes it confusing. So I just want to talk to you about what happened between me and you so you can open up the line for conscious and talk about that. Your part with conscious because I cannot speak for CTV. I think that is the responsible thing to do. I think that your followers would like to know that part because it can become confusing, Demario. Do you understand what I'm saying? So with me, with the tension going on with Andrea, you popped on, you had the vlogger and the vixen show. By the time I got in the chat session, which would happen to be the next day, I asked her why was she here on your platform. That started a lot of stuff because she already felt some type of way about me. And that is what she took to Daryl. And when she sent it, did she not tell you she was smoking a blunt and she was pregnant with that threat? That's I'm going to the the smoke-free womb post because Daryl claims I talked about his children when I made that post towards Andrea.
But Miko, here's the thing, and I was saying this in the last video. What we said, what we did, it's on every last video.
Mm-hmm.
Even the video where we said Daryl was a pimp and he got mad because of that. We came right back there and said half truth, half lies. Because that's what they've been doing. Except they've been telling all lies. Every video, but nobody's gonna watch it. Conch said he got a whole playlist. I put the playlists out there. But what I do understand is, and I really came to this conclusion, and I'm in this live in a minute.
Why?
Is that,
why wouldn't you drop the link for you and CTV?
Let me send it to them. Everybody want to take their shot today.
No. It's not listen, the Mario, this is what I'm trying to get you to see. Don't take this thing personal. These are two friends. Conscious is your friend, and so am I.
It's very personal for me, Miko, because
I know, but I want you to be cool, babe. That's why I'm here with you. I don't want you to get.
When I was on live earlier, what I was saying was, we've been fighting. You and I have been fighting with stupid people online for a very long time. But why all of a sudden, when it's this Daryl, Andrea, and Larry situation, everybody's like, "Oh, Miko, you're fighting for your brother. He's so wrong." I'm like, y'all, do y'all not realize that me and her been fighting off in these YouTube streets and social media streets for a very long time? Ever since me and Miko and I, when I did her story, God knows, years ago, me and her been windmilling out here, but ain't nobody gonna sit out here and say, well, back then with C Jives and C Miko was windmill. No, y'all didn't say that stuff back then. Y'all didn't say that stuff back then when I'm fighting for her and she's fighting for me, but nobody said this stuff.
But DeMario, the end of the day, you know I'm with you, bro. You know, I know me and you fight. It's a lot of things that we don't have to explain to folks. But when it comes to the seriousness of lawsuits and people threatening lives, that's when I think that consumers and our followers, because they watched it play out, need to know that part. But as far as our loyalty to each other, I know this to be true. And you still got my back. So it's not like I don't believe you don't have my back. But I see CTV is on, and I think it is time, and I'm going to get off to Mario because this is a conversation you need to have with your friend.
You
no,
are
because every time I get in the middle,
I need you to be right on here.
No. The reason I'm going to, because DeMario, listen to what I'm saying before you start speaking. CTV is and was your friend even when you were going through the drama, when it was a division between you guys on YouTube. CTV was there. So a lot of people did not know that. They did not know the positive shit that he was telling you in the background, even while you were disagreeing with Larry. So he has a perspective as well. And it's important for you to listen to it and then tell him your feelings, which you were quite honest anyway. So it's not like this is hard. But just listen to him because he has a right. He has a perspective too. And he was on the other side of you.
I don't negate that.
Yeah, I know. Anyway.
Miko, I just know that we at this point need to continue to do things as a family. I'm tired of these two-way conversations and then somebody's going to respond to what God said later on because
what's up with your eyes, Mario?
No, I'm reading something and I'm listening to him.
No, you're not. This is the bullshit. So I want to tell everybody that's watching, this is what I go through.
And this is why I need her here to call you on your ears.
Two brothers.
No, you can call. I'm actually looking.
In about 5 more minutes, they're going to both talk about how fine they are. So, let's get it serious. CTV wants to talk to you. Your eyeballs rolling and all type of goofy shit. What the fuck?
This is what I'm looking at right now. That's why I'm looking at the comments on my comment thing. They got nothing to do with him.
But your brother talking to you, so let's talk.
Okay.
You make me so sick. Go ahead,
See,
CTV.
see, this is why I need. This is it's only certain things like Miko can do, honey. It's something about that femininity, honey. It's just powerful when there's all this Leo, Scorpio, masculine energy just flying backwards and forth across the universe of things. It's just something. It's just certain things only a woman can do, honey. A whole entire woman. I just want to say this. As far as I'm concerned, we've already crossed the milestone. What I
We
don't
did.
what I don't want you to do is like lose track of the milestone, because I still don't think that I think that the power of redemption comes from ownership, not denial. That's why I celebrated you on our 4-way about you being able to say, you know what, I was with the ish. I know I was not Fupa. I ain't no violent, crazy maniac who wanted to see craziness happen to people. And I was like, that's 100. That's 100. And the redemptive power in wrong is being able to is confession. This is why the scriptures call us to confession. Confess, confess, confess. That's where the glory is. So I don't know what is I mean, it's more than likely just your ego that just you battle between the ego and in the God in you. And I just want you to know that it's okay to say, no, I cannot take direct responsibility for the actions of other human beings. But what I am taking responsibility for is giving birth to these people who did this, because they did this on my dime. They did this off the strength of my contention with these two individuals. They did these things off the heels of my platform, which you self-admittedly hold yourself responsible for even helping to build Daryl's a platform, because you were literally the catalyst in these steps, and those are facts, and you have to be okay with being able to say yes, yes, yes. That is my part as King Leo in this. The king used his resources. The king allowed
Wait,
others to hijack and to
pause
jump
for a
in.
second. Pause for a second. Pause for a second. I willingly and already admitted to that yes, this was my platform that gave these Negroes breath to do, at least to start. Because again, I'll say this. Let me say this. Because I'm not to blame for all this bullshit now. Yes, on my platform, we ran Larry down because I was upset with him. And when them court papers came out, I said, oh shit, Larry, Nees, Larice, Shakra. Larry, it was all of that. It was all of that. Because I was like, now Larry, now Nees, you was talking all this, man. What is this doing? I did all of that. It was what it was. Same thing with William Gray. Ran mother down with you. But again, for me, I'm not responsible for the aftermath of what these niggas is. I didn't teach these niggas how to dox. You know what? Oh God. I don't know how much I could continue to say what I
But
did.
guys, like this is, and see, and I know that the Iyanla work is hard, baby. This is why I host be cussing her out and be wanting to beat her ass on the show, because look, that ownership thing is rough,
And I'm
what's
proud of you. I'm proud of you, Demario. I'm proud of you.
it's what separates the girls from the women and the
But
boys
wait a
from the
minute,
men,
y'all. Hold
baby.
on.
And here is
That
the
small part, Demario. Stop thinking that you are guilty because of everything that happened. Nobody's saying
But
that.
that's what's being said, and that's the
No,
narrative.
that's not
don't
what's being
listen to
said.
people. Listen to those who are directly here with you in the situation. Don't listen to the
Shit, I'm
observers.
air these
Listen to the
motherfucking
ones who
videos.
listen to all of us. We were on the train with all of this. Everybody else has a passive observation of the things that take place. So don't get into that. Get into what
Stay focused.
I'm saying to you, Miss Miko saying to you, whoever's saying to you. I gotta push back on you a little bit, because the truth is, Giles, the minute that you saw anybody from the 18 submit doxing information and establish a intentionality to look into people's personal, that honestly was your cue from God to haul ass, and you did not. You tried to reason with it and only deal with the part of the evil you wanted from them, and you try to leave
behind
behind
the
the other
closed
parts of the
doors.
evil.
Behind the closed doors, Davion, I told them niggas up front. I said, "No, we not gonna do this.
And
We not. I mean, we can talk about these court records and stuff like that, but when they got to talking about all this extra of them kids, I was all no." The second time when Andrea called me about that with Daryl on the phone, I said, "Yo, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to entertain none of this stuff because I'm not with it." So that's the reason why I got drugged. And when I started getting drugged, then Miko started getting drugged, and it was just a whole heap of mess after that. Cause Miko was like, "Oh, bitch, nah, I didn't seen this shit. Now, bitch, now I didn't like you because what you started. But bitch, now I thought you was sent by the Lord, but your monkey ass was sent by the Lord." And Miko jumped in head first. Dude, bitch, what's up? So, and then after that, you didn't come around for a minute. Then when they started going in on Larry extra hard, you was like, "Okay, bitch, okay." And then when me personally, like I said to you on the telephone, I said when I felt like my friend, the person who I love, was not trying to hear me out, that's how I felt. Okay, that's how I felt. I was like, and Jimmy said, "Well, Conscious, he looked like he over there protecting the rapists." And again, I didn't say, "Yeah, what?" I said, that's interesting.
Okay, so let's stay focused, Demario.
It looked like Jimmy been on his knees for a long time.
Yes, and you got to remember at that time, I think CTV's part was when you was with the shits, and Andrea got on your platform and talked about him. So that was a loyalty issue, and that's what CTV's perspective is.
And Ms. Miko,
Davia's issue is that she got on the platform and she was dogging him out, and I didn't really take up for him. And I did
not only that,
because I was already pissed.
And not only that, the fact that you and her recorded me in that initial conversation, unbeknownst to me,
now
was
that was
dead behind, out of order. Period.
Now
it was unfaithful. It was unfriendly. It was unbrotherly. It was disloyal. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Y'all tried to set me up from the very beginning.
And from my understanding,
and that's why I'm not going to let my foot.
I can't do that one. I didn't set you up. I was trying to set you up.
But the thing about what he's saying is what's happening now. We got to be honest. Somehow, some way, somebody's always recording somebody, taking screenshots, and sending. I don't do that type of stuff.
Well, hell, shit, I was sitting up here started recording with motherfuckers who was out here doing this bullshit to me. I was like, "Bitch, you record?" And this ain't that Davia. I was like, "Y'all recording motherfuckers? Y'all screenshotting and shit." This is why when it came down to especially Miko and everyone was like, "Yeah, I got a recording of what you said about Miko, bitch."
But wait a minute, let's go back. Hold
up. When y'all want to sit out here and say y'all got a recording of me, I want to hear that because first of all, I know what I am saying and what I'm not saying.
But wait a minute, Demario.
Take some stuff back.
Demario,
I want to
stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. See, we talking about CTV's recording, and that is what triggered him being upset with you. Because he's saying, "Hey, I was your friend, even when the other side, which I'm on, if you think
so she's not gonna tell y'all that she asked me to record that."
So wait a minute,
But see, hold on.
Wait. Let's just let's slow down. Let's not throw or deflect the part. CTV is addressing you.
I did it.
Okay, but wait a minute. Now we're getting somewhere. And I'm proud of you, Demario. Listen to me. But it's not what you're saying, it's how you're saying it. Your brother is on the phone.
Because everybody trying to own your part.
Wait, Demario, hold on. We talking about this one small part. Be cool, bro. Just be cool for 1 minute. Listen to me. If your brother's coming to you and say, "Hey, that part you did, it hurt me," you don't respond with the anger because now it's not taken as if you are extending a great apology. It was done in public. And what CTV is saying, can we make amends in public? So you're here now. It took a long time. So what I'm saying is talk to him about just that part, not Andrea's part, nobody else's part. We all know what's happening. Nobody's blaming you. We're talking about just your actions with CTV. Here we go with these goddamn dick sucking ass lips, niggas. Would you please?
Somebody,
Just
well, I can't say somebody like them, I ain't doing that now anyways. But somebody gonna like them.
so
That's
talk to CTV
Snatch
for
his
real.
souls and bodies.
Just talk to him.
Miss Miko hit it on, and that's and I think the mom Goody also said it good as well. I think blame might be the wrong word. Maybe that's too harsh of a word, but that's what I mean when I say blame. Is just without saying, without including someone else, to evaluate your own reasons for doing what you did that have nothing to do with somebody else giving you the opportunity to do it. Like to say, because this is where the emotional intelligence comes in at, like, wait a minute, this was my friend. This boy had never did nothing to me. Why did I allow myself to record him? No matter if Andrea said this, that, and the third, no matter if she asked me to do it, why, this was my friend. Why did I choose to do this to him? Why did I choose to record him? Why? Like, it's about you, not
You know why, Conscious? And I have said this to you, but because we're here, I'm gonna say it again. Because one, and I told you this, it's not an excuse, but it's just my truth. By this time, I'm just still got through dealing with San Antonio, still dealing with Hood Evangelist and all the rest of other crazy people. And so the only person who I feel like I can call my friend other than Miko was you. Andrea came like she was my sister as well, and auntie and uncle and can all this stuff. And I was like, I just saw, and this ain't with Miko, but I just saw stuff going on, and I was like, bitch, I don't know who I can trust. So again, when I'm talking to her, I'm sitting up here looking at her as content. Because I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this bill. See, y'all don't realize this. Oh, I got Gloria Alvarez. I said, send me the contract. Never got a contract. Oh, I got a bill. Never got the numbers. No, well, I did get a number, but I didn't get the papers because she said she was scared. You come, hey, bruh, hey, I don't want to keep talking about her because I'm telling you, it's just
stay focused right here. Just stay focused.
Here it is. I'm trying to do things to move in a different direction. This is why I'm doing pastor jobs. I ain't got to do no goddamn content on nobody. I can just what's in my heart.
Baby,
Demario, listen to me. Demario, just talk about the one thing.
You just took an exit again off onto Andrea Boulevard, and we're trying to get you to drive straight and narrow on Giles Boulevard.
Yes, I want you to stay focused.
I'm talking about me though.
But Demario, listen, we don't want to talk about you. We're talking about your brother being hurt from something you did. So all I'm saying is, let's just
hurt no more.
But
so I didn't just cry again on the phone the other 3 days ago. I didn't just get teary-eyed and shaky in the voice just 3 days ago. We just ain't have that intimate
Let me ask you this, Demario. Was it right? Was it right? Listen to me. No matter what was going on, we get that you were facing trauma. That's what you're trying to say. Like, hey guys, I just went through the San Antonio bullshit. I just had a lot going on. We had this Dina shit going on. There was a lot of stuff. I get it.
Thank you.
I get it. But dealing with CTV, listen to me. The act of recording someone and then sharing it, was it right? Just honest, godly right. Was it godly right for you to do something like that?
We already said that.
But it wasn't done publicly. And this is why CTV is here.
And you keep saying Andrea asked me to do it, therefore ultimately it's Andrea's fault, and it's not. It's you.
No. What I'm saying to you is what y'all don't realize is the conversation that we had prior to even calling you.
Okay, so Demario, let me put it to you like this. Say for instance, wait. I say for instance, I give you a gun. I give you a gun. And I say, Demario, we gonna go up in this building. I need you to shoot this person. You go up in there and you shoot them. Right? You going to jail. Can you think you're getting ready to get off because you told somebody that somebody told you to go in there and shoot? You decided to do it. So what we're saying is forget the reasons. You decided.
Here. Go ahead.
Because your eyeballs big. I want to smack you so bad. And Auntie was looking for her switch. So what I'm saying to you is, you decided to record, no matter if it was a suggestion from an elephant, a frog, or whatever. You decided, just like Daryl decided, to go as deep as he did. So your action of deciding to record your friend, was it right or wrong, Demario?
I said no. I've been said no.
Okay,
No,
so
but you
talk.
gotta say no without Andrea. You gotta say no as you as a man,
Okay.
you as the one with the
No, it
morals,
was
you
not
as the one
right
with
for
the
me to
integrity.
record Conscious Davia Augustus without his. It was right. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Okay, so that's where we're at. We're not talking about deflect. That's a prime example of
But what
deflecting.
I'm saying is, this the whole purpose of me even getting on today was the fact that everybody's going around talking about this me. Now I
Demario,
own
you
my
just did
channel.
it. You just, and this is all that you own. This is your accountability. This is it. You're not responsible for everything else. It is the two things between your two
Well,
friends that had nothing to do with none of this shit.
And can I just add on? I just want to add on to what Miss Miko is saying, because because once again, my context for accountability is just like whatever Andrea did, whatever Marcellulite did, whatever Let Me See Your Neck, whatever Fupa did. Everybody got their individual, got blood on their hands. But once again, the reason why I hold you accountable, not for what people did, because just like if I had to be in conversation, which would never ever be the case with those people about their actions, I would get them to remove you, because I'm sure if I was ever to have a dialogue with Fupa, he would want to say Andrea and Jives did A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and I would have to subtract all of that from the equation and get Fupa to deal with Fupa in the dialogue and get Andrea to deal with Andrea in the dialogue, because that's where it starts at. But this situation is literally equivalent to like when a young person who still lives at home with their parents goes out and do something crazy or heinous. Then we immediately look to their parents. We look to their handlers, because this is your child. What happened that made your children like this A, B, C, D, E, F, and G? The fact that we did not know these people. We all knew you. Larry didn't know these people. We knew you. I knew you, etc.
well,
This
can we pause there real quick? Can we pause there? Because these two individuals knew Larry prior to.
I said we though. I said we did, as in me, Miko. We did not know these people. Your platform didn't know Andrea. Your platform didn't know Fupa. Your
They sure did
platform
not.
didn't. Nobody knew you, because like this is so easy. Like it literally, like I don't know
Yes,
what.
it is. I don't need
Yeah,
this,
I don't know
CTB.
what
I
it's
don't know what
the
it's gonna
like
take. I don't know what it's
jobs. Like it's like you. Like here's the issue. You are more concerned with defending yourself, which only actually incriminates you, instead of just being able to free yourself from having to even need to defend
Yes,
yourself by just being
yes.
really clear and honest about your intention. Now you made this transcendent stride on my platform when you was able to just say, yes, I had a desire, I had a plight, I allowed Andrea to gas me.
Wait,
I took what she brought to
something?
me and I used it as a justification to tap into something that pre-existed in me toward Larry prior to Andrea ever showing up. You just admitted on this live that you had already been done with Larry prior to Andrea coming into the equation. So everybody's saying in the chat, none of this would have started without Andrea. Anybody could have been an Andrea. All it would have took was somebody to come and say, Larry said whatever. All you needed was somebody to give you the justification to go full throttle in what you was already feeling. That's why I keep telling you, I'm not going to blame Andrea, because you already felt this way. Andrea was just the justification. She was just what you used to green light being vocal to the public about the way you felt about Larry. And you got to be able to say that too. Like, Andrea ain't got nothing to do with how I felt toward Larry. I used what she told me to go into this whole thing against Larry online, and it became a hot mess. And people who also was willing to defend me and not like Larry, I admired and had some affection towards, and I allowed them to jump into this shit. As a result of them jumping into this shit, they ran over my sister Miko. They tried to run over CTV. They ran all up and through and tried to overkill Larry in this matter, etc. All off of the heels of your feelings toward Larry. Everybody in that fight still has to own up to whether they picked up a machete, whether they picked up a butter knife, whether they picked up a spoon, whether they picked up an AK-47, because everybody made an action who decided to fight. But that fight was initiated by you using Andrea and what she said to justify going and waging war against Larry, which led to the birth of the A-Team and FUPA. All this was off the heels of your plight with Larry. Me and you fell out over the way you chose to deal with your plight with Larry. Miss Miko got ran over because she clocked everything from the beginning. She knew Ish wasn't right in the buttermilk. She saw what the agendas was all up and through and through and through. But this happened on your watch, baby doll. And I get it, but Heavy, I already told you this, Heavy is the mother-loving head that wears the crown, and you wear it every time you go live. You have to be a man in this situation and take ownership for opening the door for this energy to bleed out onto
Miss Shirley, it's gonna be done with after tonight, because I promise I'm not saying nothing else, and I do mean that. But I'm gonna say this conscious, and God knows. I don't want nobody to send me nothing else. Don't tell me nothing else about what Daryl, anybody else is fucking doing. I don't care. Because the next time somebody said, it is what it is.
So I have another question.
Huh?
How is anybody ever gonna keep up with the beginning? And you and Miss Miko love to be privating every video. Y'all need to let everything stay up.
I put my videos up. They're still up. My videos are still up.
Oh.
What I'm saying, the reason why I have an issue with this is because, okay, yeah, they came to my platform, but this is not what we do over here. They left my platform doing fuck shit. And all I'm saying is, yeah, we was over here talking about them, but all that other bullshit right there, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Yeah, they came over here and we was going back and forth, looking at court records, but all this doxing, showing up at motherfucking folks' house, I don't do that shit here. Now, again, I'll take accountability for them motherfuckers being over here. I'll take that. Can y'all hear me? But at the end of the day, this other bullshit that's going on, like I said, I ain't trying to get no text messages from Andrea talking about you over here talking shit about me, because that's the shit I get. Nobody want to say what the fuck they did. And you keep saying that segueing to her, this motherfucker came to me and then jumped with the fuck shit. So again, this is the reason why I just never said anything. Because I'm just like, if y'all want me to say what the fuck I did, which I said what the fuck I did.
Yes,
all of the rest of these motherfuckers need to sit out here and talk about this shit too.
And you know why? Because we still in an open, loving, working, functional relationship to you. Because we all have a relationship to you, for the relationships to truly, for this to really be reconciled, it got to be reconciled. Nobody has a relationship to those people over there. So whether they
here's the thing about this reconciliation stuff. Here's the thing about it. I thought we was reconciled and Kumatanas and carrying on with everybody. But then this motherfucker want to sit out here and take an innocent text message and go send it to somebody else who sent it to Daryl. So I'm just like, you know what? I understand you trying to defend yourself, what the fuck you said, what the fuck happened and carrying on. But bitch, that was a whole fucking wrong goddamn move right there. And then I'm every bitch, nigga, and all this other bullshit and carrying on in these text messages and shit. Like I fucking did something when all of us even when it came down to that night when Miko and Andrea supposed to been talking, I was only responding to you all, and Miko was upset with me because she couldn't see who I was talking to, but I was texting you all saying this ain't right, like no, and I kept saying like, hey y'all, we supposed to be bonded together so we can sit up out here and show a face of we unified, but this bullshit right here, this ain't gonna work. But again, what Miko was doing was what I was saying, and I kept saying, Miko, I don't even know if you're gonna get this out of her. I don't know if this gonna work. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. And exactly what I thought is what happened. So at the end of the day, that's why it always bothers me, because it's like when I decided to just be cool and be like whatever, then people keep with the fuck shit talking about what Jive said, what Jive did. I'm like, I really just decided to just leave this shit alone because y'all doing the most, and you out here talking about, not you, but Daryl them out here talking about this man's kids. And I was like, hey, I said this more than once, but nobody's going to admit to what I said to them.
You know why? You would want to know, like, why? Because actions do not, because words don't speak louder than actions. What people would have been able to give you a pass for is had you took a grandstand when you saw they had the capacity to dox and to be invasive and to go overboard. If you would have divorced them right then and there, rather than trying to reason with it and trying to say, no, let's not go there, let's stay here with it. If you would have, when you recognize that they had the capacity for that, if you would have jumped ship then, that people would have been able to really.
Do I need to go find that video? Because I did say that.
Say what?
I did say that. I'm gonna have to go back through all these videos that I made, and I'm gonna go find that video. Because what you're saying right now, I said publicly. I said publicly, I am not with this doxing stuff. I'm not going after Larry's kids. I didn't do any of that. I said all of what you're saying right now. I said all of those things publicly. When Daryl was going in my Patreon, him and Kim fat ass going in my Patreon, stealing shit out of there, posting it on his Instagram, I said all of those things. That's why it frustrates me, because I did and said all of that. Publicly, I said, this is not good. That's, y'all, we don't dox over here. I kept saying that shit publicly.
But I'm not talking about
what they was doing.
But I'm not talking about said. I'm talking about an action. An action of, I am no longer associated with these people. Like, you might have said it, but you were still reasoning and associating with these people. The real reason you and the A-team officially fell out wasn't really because they had the capacity to dox. It was because Daryl didn't let you up on that live that him and Andrea was
all
doing.
of this
that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
All of this went on around the same time when they was doxing, when they got to talking to Jimmy and all this stuff, and Andrea popped up over there. All this stuff happened around the same time, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. Don't call me. I'm good. When Marcellus tried to call me, Daryl, all that, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, but see, you were not good because at this point, you felt they betrayed you by not allowing you to be heard. Not because they were doxing CTV, not because they were doxing Larry, not because of those things that you separated. You separated when you felt they made you look stupid by not letting you up on the live.
Well, no, I was done before that. I just was still watching and stuff. So you can't say that, because I had been done way before they didn't let me up on that platform. I was just still watching because they never said anything towards me at that particular time. I was still watching. But when Jimmy went over there and started talking shit on Tim Blaine's page and got on Daryl's fucking video thing, I was like, let me on. Let me on, because you're not finna sit up here on this platform and talk shit. When he didn't let me on, I responded with a video and I said, I'm good. We don't. I'm not even gonna watch your stuff no more. I'm not gonna communicate. I'm not doing none of that. So then that's when they start going in on me. Exactly. True speak right. That's it right there.
What?
Somebody said, Jazz, find that Jimmy address. Baby, I'm gonna go find that video because it's still up. Sure is. Sure is. I'm gonna go open up all them videos. That's what
I
I'm gonna
want
do.
people in the chat to be aware that this is a group over here that can revisit things and keep it together and put
Because
that
I'm not gonna
shovel
go talk
in
about
if
conscience
need to.
tomorrow.
Huh?
I said, because I'm not gonna sit up right here. Yes, I don't fuck with conscience. I'm not gonna do that. Like, me and
But everybody, but you know, it's so funny. Everybody be so afraid of these type, like the audiences be so afraid because they feel that things are gonna go kaboom. But these relationships have grown since all of this. We have the capacity to be able to talk about the past without being at war tomorrow, without hating
because
each
conscience
other
and I
next week.
actually had before all of this, we had a very much so cordial speaking relationship. Conscience was trying to get in my pants to carry on this. Oh, you know what I'm
You
saying?
know what?
So,
Parking lot nodding it up.
no, I didn't know you as no parking lot. I didn't know you as none of that stuff then.
I'm being sarcastic.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Just like my ass being sarcastic about taking all this fucking blame. Shit.
Nah,
But,
that's not
but the
necessarily
thing about it is, here's true. Here's true. I never had an issue with none of these people, and this is my truth. I never had an issue with Conscious because Conscious did his thing, I did my thing, and we from time to time we talked about what Conscious would ask, what can I do to do better or whatever, and I didn't know he was dealing with Larry at the time, but we were still able to talk, and make jokes and be funny and stuff, and it wasn't until all of this other mess rolled around. I didn't even know Conscious was even talking to Larry like that until he told me. And so I was just afraid for my friend, at that particular time because I was like, I don't want you to get caught up. Now, this nigga was like, bitch, I got me. I got this, da da da. And so as my friend, I was like, no, ho. Like, I just need you to listen
and did I not come out without a scathe? Nothing happened to me. I did know what I was doing. I'm fine. Okay. I'm not in prison. I don't have an injunction against me. I'm not nothing. I'm fine.
I mean, people tried it, but
but tried because no weapon formed against me. I'm a truly righteous person, so ain't no weapon formed against me gonna actually prosper.
Okay, but what
the enemy all the enemy can do is try.
You can be bala later, okay? But right now, what I was basically saying then, I didn't want you as your friend. I didn't want you to experience any of that. Now, maybe it's just to save a whole complex. Not calling you whole, but I'm just using that as emphasis.
But there wasn't nothing wrong with that. I told you that already, though.
Right. That was my complex that I had with you. I was like, I want to save my friend or anything, because I mean, hell, people was throwing lawsuits out left and right like they do draws that be thrown at Brian Clark. They was just throwing, and I was like, I don't want you to get nothing. Even though somebody tried to bring you up in some court stuff, I didn't want that for you. That was the only thing. Now, that's my overbearingness.
And that was fine. I honored it. I listened to it every time that you wanted to make me aware you was concerned. I never told you to shut the hell up and leave me alone and don't call my phone with all that. I received I received all of your concerns. I never contested any of your concerns. It was fine. That was not the problem.
Did you really receive me?
Yeah, I received you, but I'm a grown man. So it's like, if I want to cover a story, I'm going to cover a story. Like, I can hear the concerns of my friends and respect it, but it's like, if I'm covering something, I'm covering it. Like me and you in the same lane. So I was surprised a little bit that you did not fully understand, since you participate in like risky content reporting. I'm a risky content reporter. Sometimes my content is going to be controversial and there's going to be risk involved, but you know, as long as I'm smart enough to understand how to avoid ultimately those risks becoming manifested, I mean, that's all, you know, I mean, like that's the counterbalance. It's just being educated about what the pitfalls are and being able to speak about things in a way that doesn't allow somebody to bring your name up in court and it actually goes anywhere. So they were
Well,
able to
like I
say my
said,
name in court, but
like I said, for me, you know, that was my only concern with that. Um, you know, I already did apologize to you
yes,
for allowing somebody to come on my platform. And dog, I should have did better, even though I was upset with you at the time. But
yes,
and I always tell people like it takes a while to build a friendship with me. That's why me and Mika are the way that we are. Like, you know, I may get mad at her, but I know just give me a day, couple hours. You know, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Bitch,
and
what's
that's
up?
the thing. Tia, it says, let's read those texts again. Y'all were sending, they were very graphic. Yeah, and they were sent privately.
They was nasty. They was
Those were two grown men communicating to each other privately. It was none of the public's business until this one over here decided
hey,
to
hey, hey,
make it the
hey,
public
hey, hey, we're not
business.
doing that.
See, I know how to keep things on the low. I know
Well,
how
listen,
to keep my business out the
you know
street. Okay,
why?
but if somebody else want to
See,
put it out
I
there,
was gonna do this, but
I can
see,
control what
conscious.
other people do. But I, on my end, I know how to
Uh-uh,
keep my
uh-uh.
business and
But
my.
no, Conscious was up here talking like, yeah, this nigga be wanting me and stuff. I don't be wanting him. Child, fuck him.
No. That came way after the fact. I had not even begun to do commentary.
And that,
I
baby,
had
I
not
was
even.
Goku. I was
What?
old bald head, Mr. Clean. I was like, oh
You still Mr. Clean.
shit.
What
Am
you mean?
is.
What you mean?
And then
And
start
if
talking
people
all this mess.
and if people need me to say it today, I would still reverse cowgirl the penis.
What? What?
I would still reverse cowgirl the penis. It ain't no shame in my game. I'm grown. I get to have a sexuality. I get to be attracted to a man. I get to exchange with. It wasn't no shame. I was just like, really though? Like publicly? I mean, ain't gonna be no shame in my game or in your game, I guess either. You put it out there, but I'm like, really?
Honey, I ain't never shamed.
Really?
Well,
Really?
my thing is, because again, I was just like, you know, with all the stuff that, again, at the time that you were saying about me, I was like, oh well, fuck this. Like, hit a fucking text message since I ain't shit, and that's how I felt. And again, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I just felt at that time, like I told you before, I felt like all bets were off. I felt like that was a big fuck you. I felt like, oh, you must be
But guess
really.
what, Josh? You were the
Wait,
one
wait,
I.
wait. Let me
But
finish.
hold on, wait. No, I just want you to insert this part.
No.
I just want you to insert this part. Remember, though, you were the one who stopped talking to me. I was trying to continue communication with you. You got disinterested and wanted to pick up the phone for me at some point and wanting to text with me. So I wasn't the one who left the situation. You didn't. You stopped communicating with me.
I did. Yes.
Yeah, so then how you gonna get mad that I'm on my own when you forfeited the opportunity to stay connected to me?
Because, okay, and this is an excuse, but this is just my truth. Because in the world of social media and even a vlogger, everybody, and again, I told you this before. I recently said this to you, so you know I'm not just, this ain't a surprise to you. But when you do have somebody that you love for real, things are a little different. And I'm not saying that you love me for, I'm just basically making a statement. Okay? I'm basically making a statement. When we are in social media, it is very difficult to have any type of relationship, period. Let alone talking about having a communicable, vibing type of relationship is very difficult. A lot of people only want to get to know you based upon what they can get out of you, or try to, do some fuck shit on you. And by that time, that's how I felt. I was like, oh, since you saying all this shit about me, this must be some fuck shit. Oh, okay, well then, bitch, since none of what you said mean nothing, and I didn't mean nothing to you, bitch, here all these text messages go. This is what the fuck you was saying to me. Hello. Now, was I wrong for that? I was wrong because I could have just kept it to myself, but I wouldn't hurt like you hurt me. At least that's how I felt.
Look, I was on my Dr. King-ish. I was like, yep, I understand the trauma. I understand that it's a bunch of fake assholes in this industry. It's a bunch of disingenuous individuals when it comes to media and entertainment, and it is a plastic, superficial reality. But at that point, I was sticking to the fact that up until Andrea came into the equation, you hadn't ever questioned my loyalty or questioned my intention or question me in that way. And
because for whatever,
and I was like, John, all I wanted you to do was to remember to judge me based upon me, not based upon William McWig, not based upon your prior, because you had not judged me based upon any of those other relationships. And I wanted you to remember you had no reason to not trust me. You had no reason to and I give you no reason to do that.
Correct. I have to agree with you because we didn't have no issues prior to. We didn't. I don't know what I'm telling you. I don't know what it was, and I even told Miko this. I don't like she when
all
she.
All it can is you just saying, look, I was an immature nigga at that point in time. I was just immature. I was immature. I mixed up all my feelings. Everything got discombobulated. I went ham. I went a kamikaze, atom bomb, nuclear, Afghanistan, and now going through all that has risen my consciousness and self-awareness.
I trusted the content over my friend. Okay. I felt that I could trust the content over someone that I considered to be my friend at that time.
Now that's powerful. That's powerful self-awareness.
Okay. I said this to you before. I said it to Miko. Because I thought this was something major. And I was like, why the fuck would they sit here and lie and got all again? I was like, oh shit, I didn't hit the fucking jackpot. Woo! Because bitch, it was shitstorms before that. I was like, bitch, you just had Jimmy. No, Jimmy was after that, I think, or before that. I don't know. It was one of them. But I was excited.
No, Josh, I don't think you know just how monumental and transcendent that self-awareness, that display of self-awareness right there actually is.
Well, that's what I've been trying to say.
That is literally only something that people who study and practice Buddhism achieve. That level of self-awareness that you just demonstrated is literally it's only a minority of people who can achieve.
Your butthole, okay? I've been saying this all night.
But see, this is where I be wanting you to stay, because your pendulum swinging. It be swinging from left to right. You be going from divinity to back to the man, and I'd be like, if only you can maintain that, let that pendulum stay right there and hold on to that at all.
Well, I'm gonna say it for you one more time, because this is it. Shit. I was excited because of the story. Now, mind you, I've always told stories before. I was excited because I was like, oh, maybe this is something real major. And I was like, shit. And even when my sister came, I told her, she didn't believe me because she was like, Mario, she on some fuck shit. Fuck her. That's my sister's attitude. And so I was just like, ain't nobody finna take this opportunity from me. Because I'm like, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, this is it. but this was some shit. It was some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I did because I was excited for what was presented to me. That I didn't want to miss an opportunity.
That's deep, Josh. See, I'm about to cry because that level of truth and clarity literally overwhelmed.
But this is why I've been frustrated.
This is what power and humanity is.
Okay, but let me say this though. Out of everything, like I did major stuff. Here is somebody who presents to me, oh, we got this magazine and that magazine, and I know this one and I know that one, and I'm gonna have you featured, and oh, I'm gonna have my lawyer call you, and oh, I'm gonna give you this contract so you can. This is why I've been upset. It's because all of these faulty promises to make me sick to hang on to your ass. Oh, I got Gloria Alvarez. I'm going to have Gloria Alvarez call you right now. I'm going to have my other lawyer. Oh, yes. And see, oh, and then you got to cry like, James, this is real shit. James, Gloria Alvarez called me. She's going to take on my case for free. I was like, shit, that is
don't give Andrea too much now. Like, don't.
No. I'm telling you all, this is what happened to me.
Yeah.
Right? She can get mad all day long, but those are the conversations that we had. I'm not downing her, but I'm telling you, these are the conversations that we had.
Yeah.
This is why I fought for her.
And because your point of attraction was rooted in opportunity and growing your visibility as well. These were the things you hung on to that justified you holding on to your relationship to her, because your point of attraction was success and being successful at these stories.
Well, when I got to the point where all the doxing started taking place, I was like, yeah, y'all, I'm good. Because at that point, I told her, like I had said to you, I said, I'm being attacked and you're not providing me anything. And so when all of that, the doxing and all of that stuff started taking place, she went over there. And by that time, I didn't care about a friendship with you or anything, because I was like, well, he over there, he'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? He over there claiming Larry buying him this. I didn't say he did, but you claiming, I was like, well, he okay, whatever. I never thought that we would eventually talk again, because I said, it's been too much stuff that has happened. We're not talking. He good. Child, he don't need no friend like me. Child, he always wanted to be over there. That's how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt, because I've already been through enough bullshit out here in these social media. I was like, I guess he was a friend, for that moment or whatever, but I'm not upset with him, but I just don't like what happened. And I just went on about my business, not even anticipating you and I talking again. But again, there was something in my heart concerning you, because I didn't like what they were saying about you. Mm-hmm. That was the thing. And even when it came down to my sister, I was like, I can't sit back while you are fighting and not say nothing. Oh, don't say nothing. But again, I'm a pure person. I don't have no malice or anything in my heart towards anybody. I never hated Davon. I never did. I didn't like what was going on, but I didn't hate him.
I think it was very clear that you and I, even though we were at war, that I think it was still very clear to people that we retained a certain level of respect for each other, because we never chopped each other's heads off.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
people
why
was even upset at me because I was not going ham, and then they was interpreting you not going ham on me as you in fear of me, and I'm like, we're just two people that actually care about each other, and so it ain't but so far we're going to go when it comes to one another.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely true. I agree with that. Yep. Sure.
Another thing that we're forgetting is that Josh was being threatened with lawsuits because them fools came on his platform and abused it.
Mm-hmm. I was. But again, you know, I take that level of responsibility because that did happen. But the rest of this stuff I hear, that's why I just sit back. And the irritating part, Davion, is the fact that I sit here and I hear these lies like nobody ever did anything. Like they didn't go in there and dox and take paperwork that was supposed to be for patrons, and they said on their platform talking about, I don't think we should have to pay for anything. It's public. But we did the research and got these documents, and we put them in a private place where our supporters can go see this stuff. They don't remember posting these fucking videos. They don't remember when they was out here.
But what was so funny too, guys, about that is that the same people who was complaining about a Patreon were the same people who got commercials on their videos who was talking ish about people with Patreons. Like everybody who was talking ish was making money. So it's just like, really, the hypocrisy of our democracy.
Mm-hmm. Like we was out here giving our subscribers content so they can see. When you and I was doing the whole William McCray thing, you and I shared content.
Mm-hmm.
And we gave it to our patrons and our subscribers and said, y'all, this is what's going on with William McCray. Boom. This nigga was out here talking, well, I don't think we should have to pay for this. Well, bitch, it ain't, hey, people in hell want fucking ice water. So that was the whole
Well,
problem.
the key word here is you're right. You don't have to. You're choosing to look at the story. You're choosing to click on the video, and you're choosing to show interest. Okay, you actually don't have to pay for anything. You can deal with whatever is given for free. Okay. Everybody who signed up for Patreon made a choice too, and everybody who didn't made a choice too, and it was okay if you decided not to support Patreon or you decided to support Patreon.
And right, I had like 300 patrons in my Patreon. I'll tell you back. I had 700 patrons in my Patreon, especially when the tea got real hot. I had over 1,000 some patrons. But people got upset with me and hit me and told Patreon that I was doxing people. And I was like, where these?
But that's where the Bible talks about jealousy being poisonous and cancerous. That there's nothing more deadly within a human being than envy. When envy's sitting right next to you, that's a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous proximity. Dangerous proximity. And you had people who not only see the A-team had a love-hate relationship to you, just like they did to Larry, just like they did to me. They saw what they could be in you while at the same time having a inferiority complex towards you because they weren't what you were. And so there was a bittersweet relationship dynamic there. Like, I like Jobs, but at the same time, I'm competing with Jobs. And when you get people who ain't healed up that pain body, they ain't healed up that egotism, and they keep being lopsided in that way.
But see,
only one of those frequencies is gonna win the damn battle. And in this case, their jealousy and
I'm not in competition with nobody. Like, I'm not even saying that towards anybody to sound negative, but I'm like, I'm my own goddamn competition. I work hard to produce what I produce. And whoever out here is doing the same thing, hey, baby, that's your own play. But I have to do what I got to do to make things work for me. I can't look at Davion's content and be like, oh, he makes me sick. No, Davion is making his content for his clientele. I got to make mine for my clientele. Period. So it's like they can feel like inferior or whatever, but I'm like, I was never worried about a Daryl Moore. Daryl Moore followed all of our platforms. So I was never concerned about, him being greater or lesser or anything. One nigga, I don't even know you.
See, Vanier is completely out of order because, see, this is why people get reckless and crazy right now, because people like Vanier, and respect to you, Vanier, you disregard the significance of wise counsel. You divorce the idea of mentorship. No, every human being needs higher authority. Human beings need wise counsel, and there's no point in having family and friendship groups if you're not interested in accountability and having a external perspective to internal feelings, because sometimes us being the people on the inside can only be one dimensional in the way we are interpreting ourselves, because it is us. That's why God gave other human beings to us and gave societies to us, so that they can act as mirrors and provide feedback and data in case we need to do some self-correcting, in case we need to do some proper realigning. This idea
Now,
of
I'm gonna tell you like you told me. Now, let's focus.
okay.
I'm gonna tell you like you told me. Focus. Man can say how he feels, just like everybody
You
else.
don't need no human being telling you.
Okay,
I was up. You know what?
Dial me up.
I'll prophesy to Bandy in the emails.
Leave Van alone. He supports. So
I'm listening.
But yeah. So I mean, everything is cool. It really is what it is. I was about to have a whole issue. I guess I'm glad for y'all coming on saying something, because I was going to be in my feelings for real.
Yeah, because I think that you just have to realize that you are already forgiven, because it's already behind you, and owning up to anything does not make it's not condemning. That's actually what, like, it's actually liberating. Like, that's what repentance is. Like, there's freedom and being able to say, I came, I saw, I conquered, I did, I was, and now I am something else. Like, that's where the power is. And so I don't want you to feel that because you decide to take ownership of something, that it means that you're taken away from where you are right now and taken away from who you are as a man. Like, we're all on this journey of growth, and so we have to make our fair share of decisions in order to expand our self-awareness and make different decisions. If we don't like the way that those decisions in our lives panned out, we all are entitled to our decision making, and we all hold ourselves accountable for the outcome of those decisions. And we take that data and we make different and better and more life-giving decisions as a result of making decisions. Like, this is all about just ebb and flow. So I just don't want you to feel that because you take accountability that should be met with condemnation, because it's not condemning. You actually don't even realize just how much you actually are freeing yourself by being able to say, yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And I'm really proud of you for being able to do that. Even, like I said, what you displayed here in this commentary, with being able to, say, hey, I was after opportunity and I chose conflict over friendship. This is shit that people don't do. People just are not that honest, rarely with themselves, yet alone with other people. So the fact that you were able to say that and then say that out loud to the rest of us is ridiculously, like that's exaggerated adulting. Like, that's like next level adulting. And I have to emphasize it and highlight it and celebrate it when I see it, because it's extraordinary. And I just want you to know that's what makes you powerful. Those are the type of traits that allow God to co-sign the crown and to give one reign and dominion, because you can be trusted when you can be honest and accountable. God knows that he's not hiring no perfect people. So he's not in the business of searching out no perfect people. He's in the business of searching out honest people. He's in the business of searching out people who can stand in accountability and transparency, because none of us are perfect and seamless. So we don't need to be perfect. We just need to be repentant. And we need to be compassionate with ourselves, and we need to be willing to learn a different way if that's what it takes. And so I applaud you.
Well, my thing is this, and I appreciate that. Whether we go back a year, 2 years, whatever, and I say this for anybody who is watching, it's hard to see yourself when you in some shit.
Yeah.
It's very hard to see when a lot is going on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you won't see what's going on until you have taken the time to step away and see everything for what it is. Now, had I had realized a long time ago all the fuck shit that was going on, we wouldn't be here today. If I realized that people was going to be how they are, I would have never communicated. Did I trust people? I did. But see, all this right here has really made me put up a guard and a shield with a pit bull, a Rottweiler, Doberman Pinscher, barbed wire, and some machetes, because I'm Indian, so machete, and some bow and arrows and guns and shit. Because I can't, I don't trust content like that no more. And it's really hard to deal with people because there's been a lot of lies for the sake of likes, clicks, and views. And that's facts. So for me, I have to deal with people a certain way, especially now. Some people, they just want to come on your platform just to say that they were there, just to say that they did something. So, conscious know I love him.
Yeah,
I do.
but the biggest thing is you taking responsibility, because when you go to meet God and I go to meet God and everybody in the situation, everybody in the world go to meet God, we're gonna be giving an account of our lives. And the choir and the amen choir and the haters ain't gonna be there to stand in the gap. We gonna have to give that account. So that's those sins and transgressions are for those people over there who refuse to take any level of accountability to deal with, and look at what their lives will look like as a result. They're being sued, they're in court, injunctions are coming, criminal charges are following. There's a plethora of consequences and repercussions that people open themselves up to as a result of being reprobate, being egotistical, being narcissistic, and insisting upon a pride that was foreshadowed by a warning that prophesied it to fall if one did not make the U-turns necessary. So they got to deal with that. And this, and see, even this, when we do these type of conversations aloud, this literally is demonstrations and showing people how it can be done. That we don't always have to hold on to our pride. We oftentimes see that be the case, as we seeing on that side. They cannot have these type of exchanges. They can't ever even come into that level of self-awareness. Nobody on that side is willing to even say, you know what? I was wrong. I used Jives. I played off of his vulnerability. I knew he was a missed strife with CTV and Larry. I took advantage of him. I pretended to be a friend. I presented myself as loyal because I wanted to get numbers and clouts off of his platform. That's honest, because that's literally what it was. To be able to admit that, hey, I was angry, but it was out of order for me to overkill the situation. Larry called me a significant vlogger. I could have called him a bitch ass nigga in return and went on about my way. It just because he called me a insignificant vlogger does not justify me slandering him, me trying to tarnish his reputation and brand.
Because that's all it is.
Me doxing him, me throwing his children up and out there. They're out of order. Out of order. All that's out of order. And it's and see, the thing that just irritates me is that what I've noticed about humanity is that people actually have a capacity to forgive, but oftentimes people don't even give you the opportunity to forgive them because they don't even want to be honest about being wrong. As wrong as Fupa them was, I believe everybody over here at some point had the capacity to actually allow bygones to be bygones despite all that has happened. If people just would have been able to be honest about what you
After
did
they did the whole family thing
instead
on
of
me,
trying to
I'm good.
justify it and claim you had a right to go this far and to do this, and because this person said this, you could dismember somebody and spread their body parts across the damn state. Like, what? Psycho. Maniacs. Like, there's no breathing room in pride. You don't allow anybody to bear witness to your humility. You don't allow other people to even practice their own humanity towards you because you can't even admit to the truth. So you just have to let those people, you just have to stop casting your pearl to people who are determined to be swine. And at this point, that's what those people are. But we all could have forgave those people. Those people didn't want forgiveness because those people are not honest. They're not humbled enough to say, I was wrong. I was in my feelings. My bad. I stand behind having an attitude, but my behavior as a result of having an attitude is out of order and out of line, and I apologize. People could have went on about their life. Nobody would have been in a lawsuit. No police, no charges would be filed. No, nothing would be happening to anybody. It just would have been YouTube history, and it would have been on to a new day. But we now see who the meek are and who the wicked are. And Josh being able to take ownership is him identifying as the meek. Okay, even Andrea, because I wanted to ask you this too. Like, how did you feel about, because when we did the 4-way, no, I think it was when we did the Andrea Garrison side of the story. When I gave the recount of what I believe happened, and I said to her, you know, I do believe that you were genuine in coming over to Jobs to cover your story, because like I told you, Andrea has been consistent in keeping the continuity of her story at that time alive. So I do believe she was sincere in reaching out to other bloggers, especially because her case was related to the church. You know, she was involved with a minister, and the church world sector is small already. It ain't nothing but you, McWig, Larry, and Christian Post. So I mean, it ain't like she had a lot of options to go to. It wouldn't have made no sense for her to go to Tasha K because she went to the genre related to you know, her circumstance. But like I told Andrea too, in that dialogue, I said, but you also had a plight, and you and Josh were able to also bond aside from just him being a blogger and you having a story he could help you with. Y'all both had a plight with Larry, and y'all bonded over that plight. And she was able to say, "Yes, I can stand behind that too."
And I hate to keep going there, but she don't say that stuff though.
She said it on my live.
Okay, well, she said on your live, but she never said that stuff to me or Miko.
But she said it on my live for the sake of it being heard by you and everybody else who needed to hear.
She said she was hurt. She said she was hurt.
No, she didn't say she was hurt. No, I'm saying she said it on my platform, which is a public platform, for the sake of it being heard by whoever.
You said heard.
Yeah, heard.
Oh, okay.
H-E-R-D, heard.
Thought you said hurt. I'm like, well, wait a minute now. How the heck she hurt?
No, she wasn't necessarily hurt, but I mean, I have seen Andrea take. I mean, she's able to own that, just like you able to own having a plight with Larry and getting carried away.
But see, the thing about that is this: Andrea got so much to give an account for because she went with the fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll make this salad right tonight. Ooh. And that's why I had such an issue with her, because it's like you went over there starting some stuff and you ain't never said, oh, well, you know, y'all, I did this. No, it's we all did something. No, if I got to give an account, you give an account too. Hell. But I ain't gonna worry about that.
Yeah, because if somebody else has to go to hell, do you have to go to hell with them?
And
okay. So nobody else Got to. But it would be nice, right? We always prefer everybody to take responsibility for their self.
It's okay. It's okay.
We do prefer it for everybody too. But you know, I do feel like Andrea has taken responsibility for things. I can't say what she needs to say to you, and I can't speak for what she needs to say to Miss Miko. But I know as it relates to me personally, she
She already
definitely
apologized to you and Larry. I know.
yeah. And even when we had open dialogue, her and I had a show together. You know, she pretty much just like everything the Conscious just said. You know, it's facts. You know, I mean she does that. You know, but I can't say what needs to happen with her and you and with Miko. I think that she does feel a little bamboozled because, as you also stated earlier on in the previous live, everybody thought that everything was kind of over and that, you know, everybody had kind of came to the conclusion that only one person, in fact, actually tried to go for people's necks in the situation. Yes, everybody talked ish. Yes, people, you know, was in chats and responding to things, etc. But ultimately, only one person actually tried to hurt people, and that was them people who over there on that side. So I think when everything came back up, Andrea did not know how to. She didn't know what it meant that all this was coming back up again after everybody, you know, kind of had done reconcile and put things behind them and focused on who the actual Thanos was in this situation. So I think her defenses had went up and she just didn't know what all that meant. You know, like, I don't know why y'all trying to blame me. Like, I at the end of the day, I didn't cross state lines. At the end of the day, I
she
ain't
looking at
get
it from
anybody
that
fired.
angle.
At the end of the day, I did not write any letters to anybody. At the end of the day, I did not print anybody's mugshot. At the end of the day, like, I think that was her mindset, was like, I was just somebody who defended myself when I was being called a bitch, or thought I was being called a bitch, or when I thought somebody had posted my like, she was that. So when it all came back up after everybody already kumbayaing, I just think Andrea was just like already so far removed from it all that she just was just like, what the hell is all this?
But see, that was the thing. How you gonna be far removed when you was in here with the foolishness?
Because everybody thought that everybody had concluded that only one person was really with the foolishness, and that was Fupa. So I think she just thought that everybody had kind of expunged everybody else's records. Like, okay, like, ain't none of us did the most. Only one person did the
I
most.
believe we did walk away, but I'm gonna tell y'all true. My sister wanted to do a show.
The idea for the show was wonderful.
The idea was great.
Yeah, and it could have been powerful, but like I said, Miss Miko and Andrea, neither one of them had any way of knowing that they were not in a place to have that level of dialogue. And as we can see, even between you and I, having that level of dialogue is difficult, period. Even if you want to have that level of dialogue, it is very rough to move through a lot of that stuff because our egos keep convincing us that every time somebody's holding us accountable that we're being blamed and condemned, and so we get into defense posture. So that level of dialogue is very difficult even for mature people. That level of dealing and moving through is difficult. So the show was a great idea. It was just unfortunate that the emotions took control of the steering wheel instead of the intention to just commit to the dialogue until there could be true resolve. And I understand Miss Miko needing Andrea to confess to particular things because, as I said to you in this dialogue, when we are trying to actively have relationships to one another, there are certain things you need in order to sustain association and relationships. If nobody was going to deal with each other, then it would be like, I don't give a fuck about what you admit, I don't admit, because I don't have no proximity to you. and I don't have to deal with you anyway. But because there was going to be associations and bridge building, there are things that you need if a relationship is going to be active on some level or not. And and so, she needed certain things, and Andrea wanted to give Miss Miko that, but she wanted to give Miko that in a general sense, like, just let me apologize. I'm just apologizing, or whatever. Like, whatever I did, whatever you believe I did, whatever I actually said, I'm just apologizing. Like, I don't know what else you want from me. And so,
Baby Miko want details.
Miss Miko want exhibit A.
Baby, she want A, B, C, D, E. Period.
Oh, she want the meat and the potatoes, honey, the meat and the bones, baby.
The meat and the gristle.
Father God, and you know what? And
ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's nothing wrong with that, but when you do want that, you do have to understand that it's very difficult to get somebody to be that particular and specific, because the ego really starts to show up when you attempt to get anybody to get that to get that clear. The ego ramps up really hardcore, and the person on the other end has to make a decision between burying that cross or defending that cross. And most people defend rather than bury it and surrender to the cross. So,
I mean,
it's difficult.
It's like with me. I don't have a problem saying what I did. Even though I'm going to tell you, real talk, all this shit ain't my fault. I'm going to tell you that. But even with all of that, like I say with everything, I would love for people to hold themselves accountable for what they did, but I'm only responding for me. And that's it. Because when I listen to my sister, when I listen to Miko, when I hear you all, and even these dumbass people over there, my only thing is that if we're not going to be honest, and that's the part that pisses me off, but I can't do nothing about it. That's why I'm just like, it is what it is. All these people want to lie, because this nigga said the other day, because Miko said to me, said he didn't say that he was going to shoot us or pull a gun out on us at the courthouse. I'm like, did you really just say that? Because I saw that video.
That's why we have to and that's exactly why we've had to record and stream record everything, because this is the person who's going to deny things that he knows damn well he said loud, live, and in color in the broader daylight, and will look you in your face like a pathological habitual liar does and say, I did not. He's a habitual, pathological, mentally ill, maniacal, middle-aged, basement-dwelling freak who will look you in your face and say, I did not just spit in your face with his spit all over your face, and say that a water hose entered the window and he moved gently out of the way and you just caught the whiff of the gardener's water hose out back. That explains the moisture on your face. He's a habitual liar. And that's why those kind of people, you can only kill them with actual receipts and objectivity. No amount of arguing, just run that beautiful bean footage. Just run the literal exhibit A. You will not be able to reason with those people. They are detached from reality. And even with receipts, they still can't see, but the receipts will work in terms of you needing to get other systems involved in order to hold a psychopath accountable. The people are deranged. They are deranged. There's no reasonability there. Reprobates. They have no capacity to see things for what they are. They have no humanity within them. They have no conscience. Guess what? If Larry would have ended up dead with 2 in the bullet, we all know that the 18 would have threw a party.
Oh, absolutely.
If Larry passes away at any point in time, just dies in his sleep, there will be a celebration. There's no humanity in these people. But that's also why God took the lives of a few people amidst the past 5 months. That's why God gave that energy back. People lost parents.
See, Davy, I don't want to do
Lawsuit.
that. I don't
People
want
lost siblings amidst this lawsuit. People lost pets amongst this lawsuit. Because
Davy,
ugly is what ugly does.
Davy,
Uh-huh.
although I want to say I agree with you, don't do that. I didn't want them to do that with you. Don't do that. Don't
But
do
they
that.
did it already. So the universe already done calculated it and done gave them their balance, because they dealing with matters much larger than me when they go out of their way to have that energy. And all I do is observe those spiritual laws work against them and tell them that, hey, this is what you get. This was what you did in order for the spiritual laws to return this to you in that way. Because I'm a spiritualist. I'm here to let people know what
I am too, but Davy,
when the
what I do
laws are
understand,
boomeranging that thing back.
what I do understand is that what you put out, and this is what you
As
just
above,
said, what you put out,
so below.
it comes back at you. And I'm telling you,
360 is the reap and sow. The scriptures talk about reap and sow and the laws of reciprocity. Now, people ain't biblical no more. People don't give a damn. People don't acknowledge spiritual laws anymore. But those laws are just as real as the natural laws of the universe. And when you play dirty, you're going to get dirt on you.
well, I feel like this. See, when it comes down to spiritual, I believe in all of it. And I feel like what you put out towards people, it has a way of coming back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Call it karma,
Mm-hmm.
call it spirituality, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why I'm like, look, when I said in the very beginning, hey, we can be with the shit. That's fine. But I'm not doing all that. I don't hate this man that much to sit out here and do nothing like that to him. I may have disliked him because of some things that have happened or whatever, but it was like, y'all, I'm not that. Prince came there. Give y'all a piece of this onion, so I'm eating all this salad. Here.
It's ugly and it's unfortunate and it's sad. It's sad. And for those people to keep that same energy, even after the universe kicks up in their asshole real good, just goes to show how deserving these people are of all that they get. Because the universe has made provision after provision to spare these people. Cease and desist went out long before a lawsuit became officialized.
Yep.
People was quiet on a platform for over a year before anybody got with the shit.
Yep.
The universe yielded and made provision for so long for people to find them something else to do before people had to start dying and pets start to have passing away and people to end up in lawsuits and things. We got to talk about all the grace and mercy that preceded the fall of Sodom and Gomorrah. We got to talk about all the warning shots, whether that was long suffering on people's end, whether that was patience on our end, whether that was silence on our end, all the ways in which mercy and grace manifested, that was ignored. It was rebuked and it was translated as weakness. Our silence was translated as weakness. Our long suffering and virtue and what was translated.
Well, I was just trying to understand, like, what would make this man feel so gung-ho to just go to somebody's house? I still don't understand for the life of me why you felt the need to get in your car and go down to Atlanta and go to somebody's house. I'm telling you, it's not in me. It's not in me.
That's how much his public image meant to him, that he would take advantage of Larry being out of town in Miami and decide to go to Larry's house to prove a point to his followers that he's a OG, that he's a real nigga. That's how much, and see, this is why pride is the pathway to destruction. Because look at where all that, because now look at the status of your life as a result of having of choosing to have something to prove to people who don't give a damn.
Come on. Can't bang. I agree.
All because you want to look tough.
Now you're gonna be looking tough and orange.
Now you having to respond to this lawsuit and deny you said anything, and now you having to confess that everything that you did was lies and fictitious. You can't even stand behind none of your behavior, as he so reflected and demonstrated in his answers. Now you get to go out like Willie Lump Lump.
Looking
After you played the big bad wolf out here. Now you look at how how mighty we have fallen. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Well, he was never mighty.
Oh, how the pretend mighty has fallen.
But you stood behind my platform and my name, and you thought you was gonna do something. Oh, I got King Jives on my team. No, bitch, I don't play them games. I don't play them damn games. I don't. I mean, I can be with the shit from time to time, but I'm not with that.
People woke up and saw the truth, and that's why the nigga had to start turning off comment sections. That's why he's had to privated his subscriber account, because he lost in all of this. He lost in all of this. And by us telling the truth, exposed all of his lies, because his platform specialized in that. So every time we tell the truth, we literally dismantle his platform, because people with good sense have to go back and say, hey, you claimed this, that, and the third. When he started backpedaling and pussy popping in his responses to this lawsuit and tried to get it dismissed, people who initially believed in him said, hold on, you said that Larry walked right into your trap. You said it was your plan to get Larry to sue you so that you could take Larry down. And
Right.
now you're trying to avoid the very lawsuit that you said to us you were going to use to take Larry down in. And so then the nigga had to start turning comment sections off and started losing subscribers. He had to start privating things, because every time the truth came out, it destroyed his platform. And that's why now we need to specialize in the truth more than ever, because that's
And this is why
fundamental.
for me,
That's the
not to
kryptonite.
say anything, period, because they knew if I started talking, I'm gonna tell on everybody, like, this is what y'all did. So it is what it is for me.
It is what it is. And I want, you know what? I wish you and Miss Miko would keep all of y'all content related to all of this, because I feel like that's also a saving grace, because the reason why people have to keep talking is because when new people come in and they don't have access to any of your commentary because you have privated it, because you just don't want to be connected to the fuck shit, and Ms. Miko don't want to be connected to the fuck shit. But that's what also keeps us having to keep talking and talking, because we keep having to speak to new faces about stuff that we've already spoken about. So I feel like everybody should just keep their shit up and just let it be what it be, so that if people need answers, they can have access to those answers on various platforms. And if the other team's content is going to remain up, our content needs to remain up as well. The truth need to be sitting right alongside all them lies that they tell. When people go to search in our names, they need to, search in their names, they need to be able to see all of our content sitting right next to theirs. The truth need to be sitting right there next to it. So
all my videos are still up.
I am happy about where everything is. And yes, I am going to be with all of the ish for as long as this lawsuit lasts, because I'm enjoying this. I don't know how anybody else feels. I'm enjoying this personally. There is nothing more exciting and vindicating than watching these people get held accountable. And I'm going to enjoy and savor every moment of the flavor because that's what you get. That's what you get when you don't find you something else to do and you go out of your way to try to hurt people and then you end up actually hurt and injured in the situation. So the Bible says vengeance is the Lord, and then the Lord says for us to rejoice in the destruction of our enemies. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Is savor the flavor of all of the Lord's vengeance.
And I was gonna sit back and let everything play out like it need to. Honey, y'all ain't got enough money to sue nobody. And it costs money to serve people in different states. He don't have that.
Child, if he did, first of all, he don't even have a basis for a lawsuit. So his lawsuit will not even ever make it off the
He
ground.
don't.
And even if hypothetically it did, he is not the victim in the situation. So he would only actually fall on his own sword by any one of our countersuits. So it's really a dub. Okay. And the only reason why Fupa really is attracted to going after Larry is because not only is it the blood of his platform, but when he got access to that deposition from the E. Dewey case, and he saw how much coin and revenue Larry racks in and what's in Larry's actual bank account, he knew right then and there objectively that Larry was a come up. He knew right then and there that Larry was a come up. That's why even in his counterclaim, if you read the way he worded up his counterclaim, he's basically trying to countersue Larry, but blame me and Andrea and David for countersuing Larry about something that Larry never even did, which was incriminate Fupa in some damn murder plot, which nobody ever did. We just exposed the fact that he made these threats.
Right, he made the threats.
So that if anything happened to Larry, people would know where to look. People would know who the suspect should be because he made the threats. And when you make those threats and you talk about fatally injuring somebody, your ass should be put on blast. Your ass gonna be put on blast.
And that's the thing. He's talking about stuff being made up. I'm like, nigga, you said that you would shoot him. You said that you would kill him. Nobody else made those claims. You did. I don't have a reason to want to do nothing to Larry.
It goes to show you how much family.
Nor do I want to separate somebody's body parts. And here's the thing. I've said time and time again. I talk shit to people all day long. Bitch, I don't want you to die. I don't care how I felt about William McRae. That's still a human. An ugly motherfucker, but that's still a human. Even though I say, bitch, go play in traffic, I probably would feel some type of way if you died. Although he probably wouldn't care. It is what it is.
Some people are widows, and what Fupa, he don't have to realize it. He don't have to even acknowledge it. Nobody knows him personally. So when you make those type of threats, you should not expect anybody to give you the benefit of the doubt when the people you make those threats against don't even know you to give you a benefit of the doubt. I don't know Fupa enough to put anything past him.
Right.
So when you say that, it's going to be met with the seriousness that it needs to be met with. Because I don't know you, nigga. And the fact that you had the audacity to go on a whole campaign because you were actually frat brothers and friends with the Facebook serial killer and was supposed to go fishing with him a week before he took his own life after he
brag about.
And then we supposed to put something past you when you talk about hurting and harming people that you don't know. Okay. Don't give a damn how people feel about it. You said it. You're a psycho.
I mean, he bragged about being a man's friend.
Huh?
He bragged about being the man's friend.
That's what I'm saying. A crazy Cocoa Puffs, and and so he thinks that who's gonna give you the benefit of the doubt with all of that context? You cuckoo, you crazy. You don't even know any of us to even be in your feelings. And then on top of that, you actually were associated with a real life serial killer. You're crazy. You're nuts. And you're going to be talked to like you're a nutbag. You're going to be spoken about as a nutbag. And people are going to treat you like a nutbag because you insist on parading around as a nutbag. You're a nutbag. Get over it. Okay? But see, even when he pulled up to Larry's house, he knew what he was doing. See, Fupa specializes in smoking mirrors. He's in Larry's Patreon. He's already admitted that. Most of the things he extrapolate and talk about Larry come from what Larry talks about in his own Patreon. When people thought that Fupa had some intel because he knew Larry was at this restaurant and that restaurant, he was extrapolating all that intel from Larry's Patreon, who was in his own Patreon talking to his own patrons about the stores he was visiting, where he just had lunch at. But because Fupa's people is not in the Patreon, they were really buying into this idea that Fupa had intel and that somebody in Larry's camp was spilling all the tea. Like it's the smoke and mirror games for me. And nobody knew that all this information was on Larry's Patreon. But even when he pulled up to Larry's house, he knew Larry was out of town. Fupa knows what games to play and how to play those games, okay? Fupa is never going to be a man. He's never going to be a real gangster. He's not a real thug. He is sick in the head. But he's scary and sick in the head. He pussy and sick in the head. He a bitch and sick in the head. He is sick in the head. But he pussy. He pussy. And that's why he's in the predicament he's in today. I'm just happy that we all are able and at a place to be where we are amongst each other and to be where we are within our lives. And I'm happy that nobody had to take nobody's life, even though everybody is prepared to do such a thing, if that's what it needs to come down to. Because if anybody tapped me on my shoulder, you won't have a goddamn arm left, and that's just on period. I will go to jail for any one of these hoes. I will wear that jumpsuit proudly. Okay? Because I'm going to let you know right now, I'm going to do the absolute most. If somebody even remotely thinks they're going to play with me the way they played with Larry, I will be calling in, Skyping in to the King Jive show from the federal penitentiary from Securus. You have a collect call from CTV, calling in, reporting live and in color, still doing commentary right from the prison public phone. Because if anybody plays with me the way that they played with Larry, your ass, your mother will be doing a fish fry in your name. There will be a fish fry funding for your damn burial. So I want a motherfucker to put some meaning and purpose behind it. But Fupa knows who to play with and how to play with them.
Yeah, he knew who to play with. Who to play with Larry and Karen. I just feel like, oh, excuse me. I just feel like all of this stuff has been gone too far. At the end of all this, my whole thought is to even arm scripts, was it even worth it? Like all of them, all of these people that jumped over there, was it really worth it? Y'all ain't did shit. You ain't helped nobody. Jimmy Crack Corn still sucking dick. Matthew Russian, I think the judge gave leaning or something. I don't know. You didn't help his case. It was
And
our
nobody
ex
even
who
mentioned
did
them
that.
folks.
Huh?
I said, and nobody even mentioned them folks. In all of the thank yous that they gave out, Fupa was not one of them.
Not one of them. Not one. So y'all jumped y'all behind over there to do what again? I don't know. But it's okay. Like I said, I hate all of this has gotten to this. It is actually really crazy. I have set back for these 2 years, and I really didn't say too much about anything because I'm just like, if I need to talk, then everybody need to talk too. But see, that's the thing that even with Miko, she had an issue with, and I kept telling her nobody's gonna tell the truth. So when you and her want to do this whole let's go live, I was like, no, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna
And
work.
it
But
did. It did.
it didn't do what it needed to do. But
It
either
do
way,
what it needed to do.
I'm just happy that whatever's whatever.
Because see, our focus ain't on whether other people take the opportunity. Our commitment is ourselves taking the opportunity to make right what we need to make right as individuals. We ain't got nothing to do with whether other people successfully do that or not. It's about just finding it in ourselves, to put ourselves in a position to wrestle with ourselves to get to that enlightenment and to get to the things that we need to get to within ourselves in order to be free and resolve. So, people do what they do in opportunity, and people either take the opportunity and really, expound upon it and capitalize off of it, or people don't. But you did what you needed to do, and Drea felt she did what she needed to do, and Miko did what she felt she needed to do. If there's more to do, it's also okay that there's more to do, because it's not like a one and done situation. Especially because here's the thing, King. Most people are not used to this. Most of us in the Black community, we came from households where there were no conversations. There was do as I say. There was stay in a child's place. There was you don't get a right to feel nothing. If anybody should feel anything, I'm the mama. I'm the daddy. I go out and work. All you got to do, you got it easy. You just be a child. So none of us, most of us in the Black community, were not even raised and cultivated to have dialogue and to even feel comfortable having feelings and then knowing how to properly express our feelings, because we were constantly emasculated in that way.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've grown up to be adults who struggle to have that level of transparency and authenticity amongst each other, because that shit is rooted in the way most of us been raised. We've been raised to be handicapped in communication. We've been raised to be handicapped in accountability. We oftentimes were also under the rulership of parents who made it their business to reinforce rules that they even decided to break, but wanted us to be committed to
the
fulfill.
rules.
So
Right.
we saw plenty of hypocrisy as well. So we become human beings most of the time who become hypocritical, contradictory, because we are literally emulating
who they
what
are.
we've been put through, how we've been parented, and what we saw demonstrated to us, which is complete dysfunction. So trying to do it differently is very difficult, even though it's what we should do. And so is one conversation enough half the time? No, because we're working through layers and layers and layers of accountability to get to where we should have been had the people in our lives done what they should have did as parents and families and churches and systems. And so this is a difficult thing to do. This is why even in our four-way, while it might not have been the whole truth from everybody's end, and it might not have been the entirety of accountability, it was a step in the right direction, because at least people got to come in and everybody was throwing out apologies. Now, if it needs to be deepened, people can continue to have the conversation until they get what they need. But I also understand that this is going to happen in segments, because we are literally learning and making it our business to to pull the reverse Uno card and to do it differently. And we should be celebrating ourselves for trying to do it differently. Even if it's little progress at a time, that's better than no progress at all. At least we're in the right direction by being able to face off, work through, deal with emotions, be aggravated, come back to the table later on if we need to, not go in on each other because we didn't get what we needed from each other in one setting, like, because we're all working through this and learning how to do what nobody showed us how to do and learning how to do what nobody demonstrated to us to do. This shit is hard. Learning how to do it differently is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Learning how to feel safe when you don't is hard. Learning how to trust somebody when you don't is hard.
Very
Learning how to,
difficult.
speak your mind and or to be able to say I'm wrong without feeling judged and condemned is hard. It's hard. It's a lot of things going on at once, but I'm fucking proud of us. I don't give a damn how, I don't give a, the result of the conversations is not what I give success to. It's the attempt. And if there is, achievements in the attempts, that's just a bonus. But just the fact that we even trying to do this shit this way is fucking commendable and honorable. And I can stand behind this. Just like God ain't in the business of hiring any perfect people, I know that I can't look at people to be perfect. So we got to make provisions to forgive each other. We got to make provisions to let things go. We have to be able to accept, hey, you get a right to be wrong. You got a right to be wrong. You had a right to be wrong. It was only human of you. It's fine. You are human. And if God got enough grace to accept your humanness, then we as humans have to have enough grace to accept each other's humanness too. The issue is when we don't want to be accountable for our humanness.
Right.
But it's okay to be human. It's okay to be wrong as hell. We just got to be honest about the fact that we was wrong as hell. So I'm proud and I'm happy. And I think that, and when we have these things publicly, this is demonstration, because we see people talk about talking to each other and working through difficult conversations, but we don't see it demonstrated. So we are literally living and leading by example by putting these conversations on forefront and showing people this is what it looks like. And this is what good can come out of it. That we can do it differently. And we should have enough faith sometimes to do it differently, because it could lead to something that we didn't think was possible that became possible because we took a chance.
Well,
and I think we're all growing
I do know for me that even though I know for me, I could have the conversation, I just don't like when people try to make it as if they did nothing. That's always been my issue. Maybe I shouldn't care that much, but I do. And in all of this, for me, I've been fighting for a long time. And not even fighting because I did something. I'm fighting people who are fighting me out the random blue. And I'm sitting up here like, what'd I do? What'd I do? So at this point in this whole little process, my thing is this. That's why I said earlier, I just have to be very watchful to people and their motives and what they want and what they're trying to do. Because no one should have to go through this. No one should have to go through this. No one should have to look up every day and it's another story. No one should. I mean, if you ain't did nothing and somebody talking about you, I ain't talking about I didn't sold books and I ain't gave nobody a product. I ain't talking about I'm selling $300 tickets to my graduation and you ain't giving the people. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm just talking about regular. You're out here doing something, making a difference in the community, helping people, and yet it's still you're being drugged. I'll never understand it.
You know, I honestly, I'm gonna be honest, Josh. When the scriptures say that I, your Lord God, created both good and evil, and that I made some vessels for evil, I literally think that there are people in the earth who are created to simply be a righteous obstacle for the righteous, because oftentimes we tap into the totality of our righteousness when we're in opposition. Like, because that opposition is there, like because somebody is looking at your every move, makes you strive to be even more integral.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know there's somebody looking to exploit any little mishap or mistake that you make. And so I think there is a divine purpose for opposers. I think, like, in my spiritual trainings, I don't look at people as enemies. I look at them as opponents. Like, you are my sparring partner. By way of the obstacles you present gives me an opportunity to achieve a higher level for myself, or to refine my strategies or my own egotisms, and to look within my own self and say, hey, why do I feel the need to defend my ego when my ego is not even a real thing? And who these people think that I am is a figment of their imagination as well. They don't know who I really am. And I can't even reveal who I truly am, because they're not looking for who I really am. They're looking for who they want me to be. And so why even take the stand? This is why when they asked Christ, who are you? Are you God? He said nothing. Because he already knew that they weren't after the truth. This you are judging me based upon what you're determined to believe about me. So just go ahead and get to the judging. Just go ahead and get to the ass whipping. Just go ahead and get to the murder. Just go ahead and do what you're gonna do. Why am I gonna play into defending myself when I know that you're not here for the truth? You're here for the narrative. So just go ahead and do what you need to do.
And that's the thing too. It's like when it comes down to all these people making up all this stuff, it's like, if y'all don't know the truth, if y'all are not willing to hear the truth and you're just here for the foolishness, the messed up narratives that people are putting out here, then it's just that is what it is. Nobody's a lot of these people are not here for truth. They're just here for the shits and giggles.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said on my last video, y'all are here for the shits and giggles, but this is our life. We're the ones having to deal with this. Y'all are not the ones having CPS called on them. Y'all not the ones having people email you pictures of your home. You're not the ones with your face on a t-shirt. You're not the one out here being called all type of parking lot thoughts and hoe and tootie booty. Not that I really care, because bitch, y'all out here looking at my booty. Matter of fact, y'all can go over there and sign up to my OnlyFans. Y'all can hit that Cash App. Thank you. Since they're over there oogling at my goodies, you can go sign up to my OnlyFans and see me shake my goodies.
Period.
Anyways, and it's like they go in because you are their content. Oh, we ain't stuck there. They ain't shit. We not shit, but you talking about us every day. We not shit, but every time we turn around, our name is in your mouth. Now, this is the only time. This is really about the only time I'm really saying something, because I've been doing something else.
Yes.
And my thing is this: I don't have to fake the funk in anything that I do. My worship is for real. My relationship with God is for real. Before I even knew who these people were, I was the same person. So that's why I'm just like, all this he fake. I wasn't fake when you was trying to be Team Jive Nation.
Exactly.
We weren't fake when you was trying to be a LR error.
Exactly.
So all of a sudden, because we don't fuck with you no more, we fake.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, kiss my ass.
That's how it be, baby.
Because I'm just like, All this, oh, they fake, they ain't shit. Well, we must be something. But you was show trying to be on our team. You was show in the Patreons. You was show over there in my OnlyFans.
If we ain't shit, why are we your content?
Now, what, Dr. Chris? You got a question, babe? What's your question, niece? What's your question, daughter?
That the tree said, please may I ask a question, honey? Yes. Ask away, baby. Okay. She says, why are the viewers chastised across platform when it was the entertainment that reeled us in, and now we feel stuck to see how it ends?
I mean, but here's the thing. Listen, y'all go watch who y'all want to watch. Let me answer this one. You answer what you want to answer. For those of you all who have followed Larry, for those of you all who have followed me, for those of you all who have followed CTV, we was here way before this foolishness started. Okay. Let me talk about Larry. Larry ain't stole shit from nobody. Truth be told, everybody who gave into a Patreon, who sold a Cash App, who sold a whatever they sold, SOWED, whatever they sold into Larry, they gave that. Nobody stole anything. Larry didn't take anything from anybody. If you don't like the fact that he charges whatever he charges to be in his groups or whatever, bitch, that's your problem. Y'all got mad at me and went and had my Patreon taken down for what? Fuck shit.
People complaining about what Black entrepreneurs charge for their services while they have $1,000 iPhones in their hands that they willing to be on a payment plan to pay off to a white man, but want to complain about what Black entrepreneurs charge in order for them to be successful and to continue to grow business and per capital for themselves, but have no problem sowing and reaping into white capitalism. But Black people always want to have an issue with Black capitalism. It's just a hypocrisy for me. Like, if we're going to have an issue with capitalism in general, don't be okay with giving your white man to the Arabs and to China Hut and to China Wings and Basket down the street and to the beauty supply store ran by Maylene and them, and going to get your toes and feet done by every other ethnic group. Then when your own people are trying to establish a base within an oppressive system, we have to have all this debauchery over the way things are priced. The key word that King Josh just emphasized here is you actually don't have to send a Cash App. You don't have to be in Patreon. Those are choices. This is not a dictatorship. If you don't want to, don't want to. But to contest it and then base it upon money, when we give our money to everybody else but don't even want to give our money to the people that keep us entertained and that give us a reason to be on YouTube to begin with,
I got one.
Give us a live stream to cackle and have fun with, that offer services to us that not only sometimes entertain us, but that sometimes often heal us and also inform us, and to complain about throwing something in the basket so that that person can continue to produce content and have a reason to make the efforts and take the time to edit and put graphics and or to just give themselves away over and over and over and over again. Like, why should those relationships not be reciprocal?
So let me
creators are providing the
conscious. Let me say this. So in my Patreon, I made thousands of dollars a month. I remember when my mom was going to court, I asked people to give towards that. Larry asked people to give towards his thing going to court. He raised $25,000 plus. Okay. I asked people to do the same thing towards me. I think it was a good little piece, almost $1,000 or whatever, or maybe it was $400. I'm not sure, but it was a lot. I had to raise $10,000. I asked people before all of this stuff to give or to sow towards this little print company I have. They did that. I could say right now, okay, y'all missed my birthday. I need 10 stacks so I can go ahead and finish up this studio in the other room because I gotta order some cameras and da for this content because they seemingly love Pastor Jives because they like me dressing up being cute. If these niggas in 2 days, or in the words of Thais, in 3 days give me $10,000, do you know that motherfucker gonna be mad over there? And it's like the people love who they love and they support who they support. Why are you mad at a content creator and his following? You cannot be mad at Larry because his supporters have supported him in such a way that he's able to do what he do. You can't be mad at that. That's called jealousy and envy. That's
Crabs
what
in
that's
the
called.
barrel.
That's what that's called.
Crabs in the barrel mentality.
And then somebody said, "Oh, Jives, you just met." I'm like, baby, I called Larry and even text Larry, congratulating him on the house and whatever else he got over there. Because one thing is true. You are able to be happy for somebody else because your day could come and will come. Oh, you're mad because Larry passed you in numbers. Baby, it's never about the numbers for me. Because what I do have understanding is this. Where I need to be in life is where I'm going to be in life.
What
I'm
God
not
got
late.
for you is for you.
Right. I'm not late, but I'm always on time. Because in our eyes, we feel like we have not achieved. But in God's eyes, we're going to be there right on time when we need to be there on time. You're never late. You're going to be there at the predestined time that you need to be. Don't be worried about somebody got this before me. Hi man, please ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that. God does what he wants to do when he want to do it, how he want to do it. All these niggas out here jealous and hateful and envious of your progression and where you are in life. That's what they just gonna be jealous and envious. And to be very honest with you, a lot of folks hate the fact that I even said what I said tonight. I'm not mad about being able to say, oh yeah, these niggas came over to my platform, da 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 da. I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that because it happened. Everybody was in their feelings at a particular time. It happened. It is what it is.
Can I speak to that too?
Go ahead.
I think that was a great point that you brought up as it relates to Dr. Chris's question. Like a lot of times, content creators have to chastise viewers and subscribers because sometimes the subscribers don't know how to not carry a bone. So in order to keep the mess down, you got to tell people, hey, either pick a side or when you come over here, don't bring nothing that you think somebody said from over there or what you think Larry said or something you interpreted as a dig. Because all that is subjective and all it's going to do is invite mess and invite a response based upon something that's not even clear to begin with. And so a lot of times content creators will chastise supporters. Now, for me personally, I don't tell my supporters where they can and can't go. If I want to drag a bitch, I just would drag a bitch and expose a person for what they are. And then if you want to continue to watch them because you just want to keep up or you just want to whatever the case, I just let it be what it is. But I also do understand as well why other content creators are more authoritative and want and require loyalty in that way, because you got to understand that as a viewer, you also, every time you give other people a click in a view, you're literally helping to get them paid for hurting someone that you claim you care about. So even if you're not cash apping or subscribing to the person's platform, but you're giving them that click in a view. That click in a view creates revenue because the Google AdSense check is not based upon subscribers. It's based upon viewership and commercials that viewers endure. So you're literally participating in helping someone to get paid who doxed the person who you're defending or who slandered the person who you're defending. So there's no way to really get away from the fact that at the end of the day, you are being supportive of the other party, even if you're just clicking and viewing and you're not jumping in the stream. So viewers have to make their own choice. And I mean, content creators, you know, they have a right to call that out if they want to call that out.
Mhm.
If they want to ask for loyalty, they can. If they are bothered by, you know, that type of behavior, it's no right or wrong in terms of, you know, how a content creator approaches that. It's just, but it, because it's a lot going on. So personally, I don't bother with it because at the end of the day, I just feel like people gonna support and people gonna watch whatever the fuck they gonna watch. It is what it is. So I just don't even bother really doing all of that. But I do get it. I do get it from the content creator's perspective, and I do get it also from the viewer's perspective. Like, you know, I mean, some viewers approach all of this as entertainment, regardless of it being people's life, and they want to be entertained by the responses and see what this one gonna say to that one, and blah 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 blah. Or some people feel the need to really keep their eye out on your enemy because they know that you're not watching them. So they will watch on your behalf in case something really dangerous and messed up is going on and you need to be informed about it. So the viewers have their reasons for looking at the other people's content, and the content creators have their reasons for chastising if they're going to chastise. You know, it's just something that I guess content creators and viewers just have to figure out what they need to figure out together, you know. But ultimately, your loyalty is to whose side you're actually on. And if a content creator that you love is being hurt and slandered and doxxed or whatever the case may be, harassed by someone else, and they say, "Hey, I'm not comfortable with y'all going over there," I'm asking y'all to not give a click in a view. I feel like at the end of the day, if you're loyal to that content creator, you should honor that because that's where your loyalty is supposed to be. And if they're making a solid point about how you being over there does in fact impact them or hurt them in some way, even if it's helping to get that person paid from your click in your view, then I mean, like, that's enough of a reason to say, hey, if you don't want me over there, I'm not gonna be over there. But me personally, I let motherfuckers go where they want to go. Because I don't even care that much about even. I don't even care that much about the haters' existence to even be that invested in, you know, going through all of the rigmarole. But I get it personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been here for almost 3 hours, Shao.
What?
It's 2 hours and 37 minutes in.
All right, listen. God bless everybody. Listen on your way out. Please. Thank you, Lord. Hit that cash app. Listen, I just wanted to come on to just.
And you did a great damn job. I'm glad you did this.
You are?
Yes, because you was about to be Peter, but then you stepped into Jesus.
Yeah, because I was gonna go off on a whole bunch of things, but you know, yeah, I'm serious. I'm just really.
I commend you though. It's hard, but I commend you for fighting through because it is hard. You know,
it's difficult when you just see people out here continuously with the foolishness. And I mean, you know what? This puts me in the mind of when I had to deal with hood evangelists for all the many years. And the woman was only upset with me because she was upset with me because she said I stole her story. I know who she was. I never talked to her, so I thought. But what happened was, see, this is a different situation, but a very similar situation. This woman was upset with me because she called me on the phone one day to tell me her story. I never remembered who she was because she never told me her name. And so I talked about the story, and for about 2-3 years solid, that woman was digging at me. I mean, just going in because she felt that I stole something from her, but I didn't even know who she was. But this situation is this person wants a name. And because I myself nor Larry gave them that opportunity. Now we become victim to their foolishness. And you and Nico become innocent bystanders that just happen to get hit because two content creators did not give this nigga the time of day.
Well,
But
he tried to get close to me. He tried to get close to me too, and I just was not with it from the jump. I felt the energy from the jump, and I just couldn't. I couldn't. And I remember calling you and being like, "Girl, it is how you feel about Fuka? Because something ain't right." And it was just how obsessive he was over us, and how obsessive he was, like how desperate he was to fit in, how far he was going to like try to get in good with us, made me uncomfortable because it wasn't genuine and organic. And I don't like when people are performative in that way. Like, if you want to be close, just be close and be yourself and let nature take its course. But when you start doing all the like circus Olay tricks to get our attention, and you just like doing everything under the sun, and then how hard he was going over William McCray, it was like it was so clear from the very jump he was a clout chaser. It was so clear that he had a addictive personality type.
well,
And
it's funny to me how he was dogging McCray out so bad, but then want McCray to be on his team, want McCray to be on his
right,
side, want McCray to attack me. And I'm
right.
like, I don't have a reason to attack McCray. Even though, you know what I'm saying, he and I, we talked, and he asked me not to drag him. I'm telling y'all what the man said. Asked me not to. He said, we can be brothers. Da, 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 da. Listen, I'm like this. I
Oh,
said
we
it
can't be
before.
brothers, but I can keep your name out of my mouth as long as you keep mine out of yours. I
Exactly.
don't know about the
And that's what I
brotherhood.
told him. That's what I told him because I'm like, first of all, me and you really ain't got no beef. I've been saying this for years. And your only thing with me is I was the one started this shit. Well, we've already covered all that. It's a bunch of bogus hogwash, but it is what it is. I don't have a reason to drag William McCray no more. I don't. Even if he say something about me today, I would be beating literally a dead horse. No pun,
Literally.
no pun,
Figuratively and literally.
no pun intended. I will be beating a dead horse. So it's just like with Daryl, it's like for me to go and read Daryl again, it's like Daryl, you're really a waste of the vocabulary that I
Yeah.
have. So I'll do something else. You keep on making your nonsense videos and talking about old jazz, oh yeah, his sister and Conscious and Larry and all these man. Listen,
Why you so obsessed with me?
that part.
Boy, I wanna know.
Oh,
It's
I'm getting ready to get off here. I think Miko put them all at
yes.
11:15.
We will be tuning in. Thank you for this. This was wonderful. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you all for y'all support and love. It has been quite a journey. It's not quite over. But just thank y'all for the love and support. It really means a whole lot. And thank you for your strides and your Iyanla Benzot moments throughout
Okay.
part 1 and part 2, honey. Because the Leo in you, you are learning how to tame your own inner nature, and that's like amazing. So
Yeah, I'm in my corner. It's just y'all keep trying to pull me out and say something.
we do not try to pull you out, okay? If you want to speak, speak, okay? If you don't. And you know what? You can make a commitment. Say, you know what? From now on, if I speak, I'm gonna speak from a higher awareness. If I do have to get in, I'm gonna speak from a higher awareness. I'm not gonna speak from my ego. I'm gonna speak from power. I'm gonna speak from a place of empowerment. But I am glad that we were able to clear up the word blame per se. Accountability is a much better word, and I'm glad that we were able to understand that even in accountability, everybody ultimately is responsible for their individual behavior. So Daryl is being held accountable, and these people made their decisions. They made the decision to dox, they made the decision to stalk, they made the decisions to harass, and they are to blame for choosing and making those choices. And you have taken responsibility for what you take responsibility for, which is being in your feelings and being pressed. Okay. and getting extra. Getting extra became apocalyptic and disastrous, but
Here we go.
that was not the intention per se. But it was the outcome. It is what it is.
Here we go. I say, here we go.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we all are safe, and we all are well, and we all have our lives, and that's a blessing. And we all got to learn and grow from this experience, all of us. I took so much away from all of this, and I'm still taking so much away from it. I mean, I'm kind of, honestly, I'm really thankful that all of this happened. I know that this all manifested in our lives for a reason. Everybody's going to have to figure out what God want them to take away from it. I'm definitely taking away what God want me to take away from all of this. But this definitely all happened for a reason. So, it is what it is. It's been a blessing. It's been a learning curve. So
listen, y'all. The offering plate is out. We thank God for everybody. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. This has really for real been good.
Yeah, September the 8th, 2021. Join the Patreon. We are live streaming Fupa Moore's Bussy Moore's humiliation, baby. Live it in color over in the Patreon, honey. Okay.
Okay, well, since we advertise the Patreons, go join my OnlyFans.
Amen.
Okay. But y'all, listen,
we want to ride that donkey, baby. Sign up.
Somebody said I need to put some more content on there. I got enough content now.
You do. You need to put some. You need to wear a holy G-string. You need to wear a righteous jock strap. You need to,
righteous jock strap.
A righteous, just pray over it. That's all you have to do is pray over all of your.
Okay, how about me and you make some content, and we'll just go ahead and throw it on over.
We can do that. We can do the Christian version of an undefiled bedroom. There is a righteous way to be nasty.
We can make some holy living videos.
Yeah, honey. Holy nastiness. I'm with all that carrying
holy on. Nastiness. Okay.
I'm with all that carrying on.
The thought and the lion. Okay.
Good night.
Bye, y'all.